We are getting so very close to the actual NFL draft. The party pre-draft is rolling on right here. Live on NFL Network. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to start drafting some people live from Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome to the following presentation of NFL Network.
Alrighty. Let's do this. Let's see, we get a mic check going. Get a mic check going. Mic check. I feel like I'm hello. I think you can hear me. Yeah, mic's working. This doesn't sound that loud. Let's see here. Mic check, mic check. Okay, that'll work. What's up, guys? If you're still there in the chat, Jurgen's going to join us a little bit later. What's going on there, everybody? Figure we'll watch the draft together. Why not? At least some of it. Probably won't be on here for the whole first round, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I see who all in the building. Maiden Dave, Mark, Joshua, Rose. I think it's a bunch of BS, man. It's a bunch of BS. I know a lot of players, a lot of coaches in Florida speaking out against it. It's something that gave the Florida schools an edge, too. So we'll see what happens with it. What it do, Rose? You think so? Think there's going to be some trades and some stuff? Wouldn't shock me, to be quite honest with you. Wouldn't shock me. I mean, with Aaron Rodgers laying down the hammer today, who knows, man? Anything could happen in this draft. Should be fun to watch. That's why I'm watching it with y'all. Maiden Day, are we watching the Andy Ruiz fight this weekend? I'm down if you down, bro. I'm down if you down. Thinking about doing a little live stream on that fight. Andy Ruiz should handle business, but anytime you get heavyweights, bro, you never know. You never know. What up, Antonio? I mean, they say for sure. Let's do it. Let OG know we gonna watch the fight this weekend. I'm gonna flip back and forth between the NFL Network and ESPN. Who do y'all prefer when y'all watch the draft? ESPN or the NFL Network? Feel like I want to go with the NFL Network. ESPN be with the BS. But I'll probably go back and forth. Rose said Rodgers and Julio. Yeah, Julio's another one, man. Julio's another one. Even though I don't think Atlanta's really gonna pull the trigger. First of all, Julio for a wide receiver has such an outstanding contract. I don't know what NFL team really would take on that money for. How old is Julio? In his 30s for a 30-year-old wide receiver now? I don't know, man. Bro, speaking of boxing, man, what's wrong with your boy Bud, man? Why every time this man get a fight, something happens and they pull out of the fight, bro? He was supposed to fight Manny, now he ain't fighting Manny. What's going on with Bud? Would not want to fight anybody, bro? What is going on with your boy, man? I don't think Bud really want to fight, man, because he can't come to terms with nobody. It's always a thing with Crawford, unless he's finding some guy who's moving up in weight. Some guy that's damaged goods. I don't know, man. Bud, man. I used to like Bud so much. And he's just NFL Network, ESPN. Yeah, ESPN definitely fell off. All right, so we'll keep it on NFL Network. And 32. Yeah, he's 32 with all that money, man. I don't know if anybody will trade for a 32-year-old wide receiver with a lot of mileage and a lot of money. Atlanta might be stuck with that.
And I'll take the small school guy with limited experience in Trey Lance because I believe.
But yeah, Jurgen gonna join us later. It don't matter if it's a big crowd or a small crowd here tonight, man. I'm just kicking it, chilling, watching the draft. So, want to, man, share the link or share the stream. Let people know we live. Just something slight tonight. We just kicking it. Nothing too crazy. And definitely hit the like button if you want to come in and stick around and hang out.
I think both of them end up coming off the board in the top 10, Rich, because these guys.
Bud is in his camp training with Shakur Stevenson's, but I don't know, bro. He tripping. Yeah, he training. I'm not saying he ain't training, but why he can't get a fight? It seems like all the welterweights can fight each other, but Bud Crawford. But what do I know? Maybe everybody just scared of Terrence Crawford. Maybe that's what it is.
They take pressure off of the play caller. You can call the worst play against the perfect defense and still get a first down because they can get out of danger. One thing about Justin Fields, I think it just flies under the radar. The guy doesn't turn the ball over. He's got a bunch of touchdowns and very few interceptions. He's going to, as you said, make it.
I think your boy be at every draft. That's the Stanford head coach, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm surprised he hadn't had an NFL job yet.
Body of work has not been extensive.
So we all know who going number one. The question is, who's the second quarterback off the board? Is it Wilson? Is it Wilson? Is it, who is it? Who's the second pick in this draft? Or the second quarterback, I should say. Duval says, what up, Polk? Yeah. Have y'all heard Tim Tebow want to come back to Jacksonville and play tight end? I'm telling you right now, that Jacksonville thing is going to be a disaster. But I'm glad you guys have, a lot of excitement around that program or that franchise. Who would have thought in 2021 we would talk about Tim Tebow coming back to Jacksonville? Boxers don't realize time waits for no man. Hey, real talk, Jay Blast. I don't know, you're absolutely right. I don't even think it's the boxers sometimes. I honestly think it's the promoters. And the boxers allow these promoters to just get away with what they want to get away with. What's up, Todd? Rose thinks Zach is the second one. I'm cooling. I'm hoping for the Finns don't get me hot tonight. And Mike King says the Jets should trade for Rodgers. If Rodgers thinks he's unhappy in Green Bay, yeah, go to New York Jets if you want to. Aaron Rodgers' career will fade away if he goes to New York. There's nothing there.
Because it's only in the app or online. The new quesadilla. It's a whole new way.
Tebow fan club is about to rise from the hell. Good luck with the Tebow thing. Finn's probably going Chase. I'm not a Miami. I don't follow the Dolphins, but that's the question. Like, what is? Because I saw people say Chase. I saw people say Waddle. Is wide receiver the major need in Miami? What is it?
So with your home and auto bundle, you'll save money and get round-the-clock protection.
Sounds great.
This should be one of the better drafts, though, in recent years, I think. Because I don't think there's a lot of like
wacky
penciled in, like, this guy's definitely going here, other than the first pick, right? I think everything else could be really a real surprise.
Now's not a good time. 3/5 of it in sync.
Are you sure? You have us booked all day?
Read the room, guys.
Tonight, I'll be eating the pork by me with extra jalapenos.
Let's check these messages.
Yeah, we about to get spicy for this virtual day.
Spicy like the pajama pants.
Hey, the camera is staying up here. This is not.
I wouldn't mind Chase, but I want Smith.
Bring on.
You're not worried about Smith's size, maiden date? I know he's the Heisman winner. I know he's dynamic, but are you thinking about the Tua and Smith connection, or like? I guess that's my question. Like, would you not? He said, "Yeah, but we need a receiver, especially at slot." Okay. Polk, do you think Duffy can move up to a 5-star if he shows out? So he already participated in one Elite 11 camp already that they had in Orlando. Apparently he was the best guy in that camp. Do I think Duffy can get his 5th star? I think Duffy and Markio have a chance to move up in the rankings. I think, first of all, I think the rankings that we currently see are going to change drastically just because a lot of kids haven't been scouted, haven't played since the sophomore year. So I think definitely a chance for, a 5th star, I don't know, but I definitely think he can move up in the rankings. I expect Nico to end up moving up in the rankings personally, but guys, I'm a fan of Nico, so shout out to Maiden Dave with the $5, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Mind King says Smith's size is just fine. I'm not saying it's not. I don't make as much of a big deal of it as some people have. But I don't think what is okay now NFL about to make me turn this off. Why are we watching a concert of the who is this? What am I watching here? Get to start the clock and stop playing all these concerts and of the Cleveland rock band. What are they doing on ESPN? Pissing me off.
The NFL draft is getting set to begin.
They're probably showing the same thing.
Second, and it was wonderful.
All right, we'll just go back. Point I was trying to make before that band messed me up. I don't know. I know we've seen small receivers before. And with the way the game's played, yeah, I probably wouldn't be worried about his size too much either. DBs really can't even touch receivers, and he's such a great route runner. He's going to have separation and stuff. But I do think it's a bit of a question as far as when he does start taking them NFL hits, man. I think that's a question that will rise. But I wouldn't be too worried about him. But I do think I would probably take Jamar Chase over Smith. First rounders always go slow. Yeah, you're right, Todd. They make a spectacle out of this stuff. They just can't get to the draft. They got to sing the national anthem, which I hate. They got to, What up, Montre?
As you can see, I have a few friends here with me. Let me introduce them, even though they don't need to be introduced to Brownie fans. First, Jarvis Landry.
As you guys also know, I do partnership with Sunshine Wine.
Bernie Kosar.
I tell you what, I could see. I don't think the Packers would do this because they wouldn't want to see Aaron Rodgers twice a year like that.
We all agree.
Is it? Yeah, it's twice a year. But a team that could really use him is the Bears, man. I think if the Bears were to get Aaron Rodgers, that team would immediately skyrocket. Booing Goodell continues. I love it. What up, Panama? The lady that sang the national anthem was terrible. Bro, someone gonna apply hands. One of these days, I am actually waiting for someone to try this guy. Hopefully, our boys don't have that free agent realization that so many Knowles have in recent years. Jay, I think
an NFL fan from out here that's vaccinated come up to this stage for each draft pick.
If you're talking about Seminoles in the draft, I definitely think
which is a chair. I did the draft.
I don't know if we'll have a first rounder, but if we just want to talk about guys that get drafted, I think for sure we know, of course, Asante. I think Hamza will get drafted. I think Marv will get drafted. It's just going to be a lot lower than we originally thought. And then after those three, I don't know. I think you could be some free agents in that. Redskins could use Rodgers. What's up, Tyler? Deshaun? I don't think Deshaun gets traded just because of the way they're trying to blackball him. Would you trade for a guy who potentially is under all this legal ramifications? So no, I don't think Deshaun gets traded. I do think I don't think he'll play for the Texans again, but I don't think he gets traded tonight. Bro, nobody cares about none of this stuff. Get the pick out of the way and let's get on with this draft. Yeah, the Washington football team. Dan Orlovsky did a good breakdown of Smith against press coverage. Speaking Smith against press coverage, I watched the clip of Asante Samuel on Smith, and it looked pretty good. Asante locked him up. Or, he won that rep, per se, so to speak.
The 2021 NFL draft is now officially open.
All right, let's do it. The draft is officially underway.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are now on the clock.
They've been on the clock. We already know who they're picking. Let's move on. The draft really starts at 2, and what the Jets do. They're obviously going quarterback because they traded Sam Darnold, which I think was a mistake, by the way. I'm a fan of Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold has a lot of talent. He just was in a terrible situation. Whatever quarterback you draft is not going to be in any better situation than Sam Darnold was. If I was the Jets, I would have kept Sam Darnold. I would have traded back from that too, and I would have filled out the roster around him. That's just me, though. Dan Squatch, what's happening? We finna stretch this out to midnight. Bro, I'm not going to be on here that long. At the most, what time is it? 2. At the most, y'all going to get me for 3 hours. If we ain't done after 3 hours, we just going to get through as many pictures as we can before I got to do other things with my life. Because look at this. Another montage. What? I respect the NBA draft so much more. I feel like that draft goes. Jazz gonna use the whole 10 minutes knowing they're picking Trevor, right? I think Fields is NFL ready, but if he waited one more year, he would be number 1 pick easy. But it's all good. I mean, Fields got to get out there and make that money. If you're Fields, you go out there, man, because who knows what happens? You go back to Ohio State and you blow your knee, you blow your knee out. Anything can happen, right? It says you really down on Marv already. You talking Coach Marv? Yeah, Dan Squatch. If I'm gonna call for Odell's job, a guy who's been tried and true Seminole since day one, over 20 years at the program as a player and coach. If I'm gonna call Odell, I have to call out a guy in Chris Marv, who ain't recruiting, and his position is arguably the worst position on the defense. And the position has talent that he inherited, but it still has talent. But look at who he recruited last year for linebacker. 2 guys ranked in like the 800s. And one of the guys we were supposed to get has just been crystal ball to Georgia Tech because Georgia Tech wants him to play safety. Now, I will say this. That kid ain't a safety. I don't know what makes him think he can play safety. But Chris Marv got to get it together. And I don't want to hear that, that's on Coach Woodson. Coach Woodson is his primary recruiter. Nope, don't work like that. He might be the primary recruiter. That's a position coach. It's your job to get in there and seal the deal and sell that prospect on how he's going to be used and what they're going to do with him. So that's how I feel about Marv. The Knowles should recruited Sam Darnold. What up, Anthony? Lawrence going to cut his hair in that Florida heat. Your new man. You see them Knicks out there doing things. Julius Randle getting disrespected. That man, I'm not saying he should win the MVP, but that man should be in the running, man. They be disrespecting that man.
I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are positioned with somebody like Trevor Lawrence and his ability, the arm strength, the touch, the accuracy, the playmaking ability, and just the fact he's a winner, CD. I think the Jacksonville Jacks can get up and running pretty quick. And to be the number one pick isn't just about your athletic ability, the fact that you can throw the football really well. It's being able to handle the mantle of being the number one pick in the face of the franchise. This young man has handled that throughout his time at Clemson. A lot of moments came to him socially, politically, and he led his football team and was out in front and handled all that quite well in addition. So I see this guy being a slam dunk number one pick, and they can't wait to get him to do all and let everything start.
That's right, I'm with you there, Charles. This guy, every game he's ever played, and even his freshman year, he was the best player on the field. He knows no other feeling. This is the way that he rolls. This is the way that he is, much like Andrew Luck. You just see him taking this next step and not missing a beat.
If we can get one out of that group, Tolan Willis. Yeah, and he's not in good position for any of them dudes.
The wild plays are coming. You don't rewind the film like you do with some of these.
I'm assuming we see better linebacker play too, but man, it didn't look. Again, I don't judge the spring for all it's worth, but they didn't look too good during the spring either. And that was against a vanilla offense. Marv just don't look. He's just not doing his part for me, man. I was one of for Odell, but him and Coach Marv need to get some recruits coming in for real. I just got to keep it consistent. I can't call for a guy like Odell Higgins to be, fired or move on and then be like, oh, well, I like Chris Marv, so I'm going to give him a chance. Nope. At least show me that you can recruit. And no.
Was compete to the end in those games. It wasn't just the splash plays and all the great things that he did. It was that when his back was on the ground, when his team's back was on the ground, he kept fighting right until the end. And that's the type of human spirit that I think Urban Meyer wants and really is attracted to, and why he's going to be the quarterback there at Jacksonville.
Hey, when you look at the top five guys, you look at the bottom four and you say, well, there's some questions with each of them, depending on the flavor that you
They probably should have chose some better highlights for Trevor.
DJ talked about it. Second best grade since Andrew Luck. He's the most complete.
We got to land Omar Graham Jr. is going to come down to us in Miami.
He can play with his mind. He can play with his feet. He can play with that special arm. He's got.
Obviously, I would like to get to that top group, but I ain't going to run them out on the rail just yet. And Todd says, I agree, Marv needs to be gone. I ain't going to run them out just yet either, man, but.
I'll show you what I like is that we talk about processing, be able to read something, balls out of his hands before his receiver even turns around. Love the anticipation. The ability to read on the back end, see things after the play action. I'm going to check out this safety here.
Roseanne, I think we get either Graham, Likely, if we want them. They the fallback from those other three. Graham, I think is a guy you got to get. Because I don't think you're in a good position for any of the 4-star guys. Graham's a 3-star who you should get.
You love that. That is what the NFL is becoming at the quarterback position, and a great throw on the run right there. The one question I have, there were times you would see him rush things a little bit, get things a little bit pressure on him. That's the thing he's got to clean up at the next level. You see right here, just kind of deciding beforehand instead of just settling in and playing. But there is such a complete package here with Trevor Lawrence. I am excited to see.
I'd be okay with Shannon being the linebacker coach, to be honest with you. I'm not the coordinator, but I would not have a problem with them having Shannon being the linebacker coach. But I think Shannon's in a very good role that he's in right now. Can we get the pick in? Jesus Christ. Likely Aaron Hester both. Aaron Hester is a really dope prospect. I definitely think he's underrated. But I think he's more of a pass rusher than a linebacker.
Once that happened, the Jets won a football game. Looked like this guy, Trevor Lawrence, could be coming their way. One other thing I want to add on Trevor, as great as he is and as excited as we are about him, I saw improvement in his game each and every year at Clemson. He's still getting better. He hasn't come close to tapping into his potential. So, as good as he is, guys, there's more to come.
Well, a pick has been made. The Jets are now on the clock.
Okay, now the draft has really started. Let's see what the Jets do. I think a lot of people are thinking Wilson, and that's fine. Look at this, man. The Jaguars blow it every time they pick a quarterback, except for Leftwich. Well, Leftwich was a solid quarterback for some years. But we'll see. We'll see if Sunshine live up to the billing.
So there is a celebration going on in the Jacksonville Jaguars draft room. You can see the back of Urban Meyer getting a slap on the back right there. The coach that so many people here
Sunshine gonna be throwing to Tim Tebow. Ain't that some crap?
from his years at the Ohio State.
Good luck with that, Jacksonville.
Tires on being an NFL head coach.
Can you believe somebody actually betted me a bottle that they actually gonna win the division or something, or whatever that bet was, win 10 games or win the division or whatever the bet was. I don't know. I just know I just won some free liquor. That's all.
Lawrence, all that pressure that's been on him his whole life, he's delivered. Big moment for him coming up. And so here is the inevitable. The commissioner of the National Football League about to walk past a fan who is sitting in the chair that he conducted the draft from in the virtual draft last year, bringing her to the podium as he's about to make the first in-person pick of this in-person draft.
That'd be crazy. What's up, Kusami?
In
The Jacks are about to pick Mac Jones.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence, quarterback, Clemson.
And so the inevitable has finally become reality. Family, friends, dog, they're all happy for Trevor Lawrence, the new Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's a new era of Jacksonville Jaguars football. This is a prototype player, can make every throw, and as good as he is on the field, he's even better off the field with all of his intangibles. Get a chance to see what he does here. How about let's start with accuracy. Look at how small this window is and where he fits this football. That's like putting a football in a mailbox. That's the accuracy you see from Trevor Lawrence. How about the vision?
Let's face. We need blue chip offensive linemen, D tackles. I hope Marvin Jones Jr. comes to Florida State. What I am excited about, since we're talking a little bit of recruiting, if you just go check on the 247, we're in pretty good standings for a lot of pretty good offensive linemen that I'm pretty excited about, and about 4 or 5 guys. Now, obviously, you don't land all 4 of those 5 guys, but man, if I can get 2 or 3 of the 5, I'd be happy. Is that Trevor's dad, or is that his brother? That's got to be his brother. Holy hell, he looks like a straight hippie. Whole family looks like hippies. Brother, that got to be his brother or something. Jesus.
And when you want to win over a football team, you win over the offensive line first, and he's going to win those guys over day one. He is tough.
See, I got to be honest, man. The issue with my problem with Trevor Lawrence's highlight tapes, just check the tape. The man's throwing to wide open receivers every single time. Show me where he's made. I mean, I would love to see it. And I'm pretty sure if you can go over the highlight tape, we can find it. But show me the tough throw. You know? Show me where he put the ball between 2 defenders. That's just me, though. But shout out to Trevor Lawrence, number 1 pick. And they do right by him, and he can be a successful NFL quarterback. Will the Jets shock the world or take Zach Wilson? If I'm the Jets, I don't take Zach, but that's just me. Not saying anything's wrong with Zach per se. But then again, man, the Jets have so much. They have so many holes, so many problems. I don't know what the Jets should really do. Me personally, again, I would have kept Sam Darnold because you had a quarterback. I would have kept Sam Darnold, traded back, and just acquired picks and filled my roster. But I think they're going to go Sam Darnold. I mean, not Sam Darnold, but Zach.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, that's where this is going to be, is Zach Wilson from BYU. And Rich, it's a new era. You've got Robert Saleh as your new head coach. Mike LaFleur comes over as the offensive coordinator. They're going to install that Shanahan scheme. And this, to me, is a perfect marriage between scheme and player with Zach Wilson. Going to come in. He's going to have some protection there on the left side with Big Makai.
From what I keep hearing people say about Richardson is don't match up with the tape and his physicals. He does well against pretty good competition, but I'm not sure about his ceiling.
Going to continue to invest in that offensive line. So Zach Wilson's going to be afforded the chance to be successful, something Sam Darnold didn't really have.
And personally, I'm glad to not be asked by Rich repeatedly about Sam Darnold like I've been for the last few years. Every time we've had a conversation on camera or off. But I'm with you right away. He's got a chance to come in and be successful. He's got a lot.
I like Trey Lance over Sam Wilson. Mac Jones, all hype.
What are you thinking?
Well, I absolutely love him. And one of the things I talked about earlier was this is the second straight year we've had a quarterback that the year before, a lot of people had mid-round grades on. And they improved in that offseason. They got healthy. They ascended to the top role. That's Joe Burrow now in Cincinnati. And that's the same thing with Zach Wilson.
All right. Be right back, guys. I'll keep that on so y'all can hear it, but I'll be right back.
33 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The improvement was there. He seized the opportunity, turned himself into this guy, and boy, is he exciting. And the last thing, he makes plays from the pocket, too. It's not just the off-platform throws. He can stand in the pocket and carve you apart that way,
Let's
too.
send things out to Warner's Corner, delivered by Pizza Hut. Kurt, Joe, you have the floor.
I'll tell you what, I love Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
And I believe part of it is because the imagination, when you watch Patrick Mahomes and the way that he throws the football and what he's done at the National Football League level, it kind of runs away with you a little bit. When I watch Zach Wilson in college, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I see a little Patrick Mahomes here. Now, I hate to put that on a young kid, but that's where the excitement comes from, is that he's got such ability to create different kinds of throws. And if he can add a little of that mentality that Patrick Mahomes has to the next level, Rich and those Jets fans are going to be happy.
I think that they're going to be very excited, and he's also a winner. He's a great leader. That's what everyone at BYU would talk about when they talk about Zach Wilson. What I love about him is that he plays the game kind of like a shortstop and not a pitcher, and that your delivery is never repeated in football, right? Because the pocket always closes in. You got to move. You got to do different things. You got to change angles. So he plays more like a shortstop, and he still maintains his velocity and his accuracy, regardless of what's going on with that foundation. That's what I love about him, and that's what creates so many big plays when he's outside of the pocket and when he's got receivers down the field.
And for me, I call that quarterback athleticism. It's not how fast you run the 40 or how big and strong you are, but the ability to make different plays in the pocket. Let me throw it to our athletic host. Back to you, Rich.
Thank you for saying that, Kurt.
Yes.
Greatly appreciate it, because the pick is in. The Niners are on the clock, which means that drama we will soon turn our attention to. But the New York Jets had a very difficult year, just 2 wins. The last time a team drafted a quarterback in the top 3 picks of an NFL draft, just 3 years and 4 drafts apart, was never. This is going to be the first time we've seen such a thing. The only thing that comes close was when the Bengals chose Carson Palmer and Achilles Smith, 5 years and 4 drafts apart right there. So this has been quite something that we have not seen before, and then we may see something for the first time since 1999 when Achilles Smith was taken, which is 3 quarterbacks in a row. And that's when the drama begins with the Niners. But first, we find out if it is, in fact, Zach Wilson, who is the new New York Jet.
With the second pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Zach Wilson, quarterback, BYU.
And as you can see, Zach Wilson is here. And on top of his already elite quarterback there.
All right.
New York Jets take
They traded Sam Darnold for Zach Wilson. I guess
this young man
that's what they wanted.
that the Jets organization and their fans have been searching for.
Gerg, you ready? You can give me a thumbs up if you're ready.
Joe Namath. We've heard about Broadway Joe and then Broadway Mark.
Or yeah, message me if you're ready.
Now it is Zach's Fifth Avenue in New York City. Daniel, take the floor. So
Saks Fifth Avenue, brand that one right now. Look, this is a player that brings a lot of energy, some confidence, borderline confidence.
Let's see what y'all talking about.
In terms of what he brings.
Where you think Asante will go? If he goes first, I actually saw a pretty good mock with him to Buffalo, and I kind of like that fit for Asante in Buffalo. So I think that'd be a cool pick if he was to go to Buffalo. Okay, Jerg's ready, so we're going to bring him in here. Jerg, what's going on, bro?
How you doing, bro? You can hear me? We all good?
Yep, I hear you. Loud and clear.
All right, man. Sorry for the mess in the back. We got some password going on.
What'd you think about the two first picks so far? We already knew about one. What do you think about two?
I watched Zach Wilson when they played FAU. Pretty sure they won that game. I think he's talented, man, but it's like, I mean, I hope New York has a plan for him. Let's put it that way, right?
That's my issue.
You know, they don't got receivers in New York.
You traded Darnold.
Yeah.
And put Zach Wilson in the same situation you just had Sam Darnold in.
And they're like the same kind of talent, though. Like,
right.
These guys that can go off platform, and you know.
And that's why I said they should have kept Darnold, traded this pick, acquired a bunch of picks, and just filled out the roster. But that's how I felt. So I agree with you, though. I think he's a talented guy, but if he goes to New York and has nothing around him, you're gonna have the same situation that you had.
It was Damian Woody and Dan Squash. That's a good point, right? But Dan Squash brought up the fact that they got a good staff in New York. I've always been in the boat of, if I'm a brand new head coach, first time head coach like this dude is, I'm not attaching my future to quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Unless I know it's Andrew Luck coming in there, John Elway, I'm not attaching my future to a quarterback. That's too wishy-washy. You know? But they got no receivers. Damian Woody, who played for the Jets, was on TV, and he was saying how, like, hey, go ahead and trade back and pick up a Kyle Pitts and pick up, Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying you could have gave Sam some legit weapons,
right?
And then if he wasn't good, then okay, maybe we have this conversation later on. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, look, and to your point, was kind of what I was saying before. I would rather be wrong about.
Let me turn the TV down. They're saying they can't hear you.
My fault.
Like they can hear you, but I guess the TV's a little too loud.
Gotcha.
I know you're using the new mic, right?
Yeah. So it might be me. It's just picking up everything too,
Yeah, let me.
But y'all hear me now? I hope we're good.
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you, but
yeah,
you
man.
should be good now because I turned it down.
But nah, man. And shout out to Mayan King. Yeah, the best football prospect ever, Kyle Pitts. Right, best offensive prospect in the history of football. But no, I was saying, if I'm Robert Saleh or Saleh, whatever his name is, I'd rather be the guy who took a chance on the incumbent quarterback and failed than the guy who gets a dude and this dude be the next Ryan Leaf, because I'll be out of a job next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have given yourself a little bit of a chance.
That's an awesome point, because like if you stick with Sam Darnold for maybe another year or two, if he doesn't pan out, that's not on you.
Right.
You're like, hey, I tried to fix that, or I tried to work with that. Then you still have that opportunity to draft your guy.
Right.
But when you, like you say, when you put all your chips in on one guy, it's gonna make or break you. And
yeah,
what's San Fran doing? They don't
I was
feel.
gonna say about that pick. They're showing the compensation. San Fran got 3 first-rounders. I mean, Miami got 3 first-rounders.
Yeah, I know Miami's got some picks.
So it's like, I mean, San Fran, if y'all don't hit on this, everybody getting fired. You know what I'm saying? I got to get you up out of there. You got to hit on this, and I should have something close to a Super Bowl.
You think it's Trey? I'm hearing Trey all of a sudden. I don't think they're gonna. I don't see Matt going 3. I don't, man. If that would be I think that'd be a disaster of a pick, personally.
You remember what I said about Mac Jones, though?
Yeah,
He's
the
right kind of boring. He's the right kind of boring. You know,
I just don't know. I don't know if he's number 3 overall boring. You know, I just you can do better than that. You feel me? Like
yeah.
But what do I know? Let's see what
man.
Shanahan has up his sleeve.
Yeah, man. No, I hear you, man.
Hurricane K says go Bucks. I think their thought process was Darnold was damaged goods. I don't believe Sam Darnold was damaged goods. But we'll see. We might Fields number 3.
Hey, shout out Hurricane K, man.
They saying
Tampa Bay Buccaneers football team, man.
All right, the pick is in. Let's see.
Listen, I'm telling you, man, it's gotta be. And not that I like Mac Jones, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, and it's been a ton of smoke over there.
Over Mac Jones, right?
Yeah. For them to pivot this late, you know what I mean? It'll be crazy. Dennis Wilson, you're going to see both Hamza and Asante drafted. You'll see Big Marv. I think he'll be day 3. I think we all agree on that. Little Big Marv. You got to take a shot on the talent at some point, right? So you'll see him.
Yeah, I said there should be at least 3 no's. Yeah. After that, I don't think anybody else really comes off the board. But those 3 that you named should be the 3.
Yeah.
Terry could sneak in there somewhere, maybe.
He'll be a priority free agent for somebody.
Somebody might take a late flyer. I mean, he is 6'4", running a 4.4, so somebody might. Terry's problem is a deep receiver class. So,
Well, look, if I'm Terry, I would almost rather be an undrafted free agent anyway. You know, like
you kind of have the pick of where you want to go, right? I feel you.
Because why would you, to this point with Zach Wilson, right? Do you want to go to the New York Jets at 7th round to the Jets, 6th round to the Jets? You know, like I wouldn't enjoy it at all.
All right, here we go.
Trey Lance.
I told you there was some smoke with this Trey Lance thing, man.
But you know what, man? Like that's another one. You're looking at a dude. I mean, I'll say this. If Josh Allen was a top 10 pick, he's absolutely a top 5 pick. You know what I mean? He's way ahead of
them shoes on. But I'm done trying to figure out these kids' wardrobes nowadays. I like the top. I mean, the top piece is. I like the suit's not a bad suit. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, they got me on. I'm going through the app, so they got me on a delay.
Trey Lance. All right.
But you know what, though, man? You'll see, I think, in San Fran, because remember, he coached Robert Griffin, right? So he'll use his legs. He'll get him out of the pocket. That's what he does, Kyle Shanahan. But on top of that, you got a great athlete finally back there, man. So.
Yeah, you got an athlete.
Trey Lance.
I've watched a little bit of him, and maybe I'm wrong. One of my things when I watch some of Trey Lance, and I haven't really studied him, but just from a glance, I don't know if he's accurate enough, man.
Adrian, I watched him.
I don't know if he's accurate enough.
Not this 2020, 2019, the playoff game that they had, championship. Every time he moved his feet, the ball was inaccurate.
I don't.
Every time he moved his feet, the ball, and I'm not talking like on a rollout or something, but like if pressure got him off his point, it was an incomplete pass. But everything else was a completion, But he's a solid kid, man. In San Francisco, they're trying to run the ball for about 3,000 yards every year anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got a guy with some upside. They're saying he compares to Steve McNair. I mean, if you get Steve McNair, then you're winning. I'll say that much.
If you get Steve McNair, you win a Super Bowl next year.
Yeah. But I don't see Steve McNair. But again, I'm on the couch.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly.
Let's see what they're saying. Kyle Pitts to Atlanta. That would actually be a great fit for Kyle Pitts, actually.
I think it's one of the two great fits for him.
He would
Atlanta
actually
and
excel.
Dallas.
He would excel. He would live up. I don't know if he would live up to the hype, but he would be definitely effective in Atlanta.
He'd have 900 yards. He'd have 900 yards in Atlanta.
Yeah, he'd do his thing.
Yeah.
Mac Jones shouldn't go before pick 25.
I don't think Mac Jones should go in the first. I don't think he should go before Kyle Trask, to be honest with you.
That's an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those two, that's an interesting conversation to have.
Yeah. If I'm in the QB room, what's really separating Trask and Jones? You know, they look very much the same.
Right.
High-powered systems. Both were Heisman-type candidates last year. Great production. Play with some talent. I would argue, actually, I'd argue that they're close to the same dude, and that Trask is just a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. You know. Dan, I don't know about Lance being a creator. I saw somebody comp him to Lamar Jackson. I thought that was crazy.
No! What are you talking about?
Yeah, somebody comp. You know who? No. Matt Miller, the dude who, and this is the problem, Alo. Matt Miller's the same dude who said Pitts is offensive weapon number one. And you're gonna tell me that Trey Lance is Lamar Jackson? I can't trust him.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see that. Not Lamar. I mean, just running on FCS opponents isn't the same as being Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely. By the way, Dan, I agree with you. You know, they're taking mobility and off-platform throws, and they're acting as if that's the core of what makes a quarterback. When you got 43-year-old Tom still executing 5 and 7 step drops to a T. Okay, Tom took a Tampa Bay team that was going to be last in the division to a Super Bowl, being boring as hell. Boring as hell. Boring as hell, man. Well, good for Trey Lance, man.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
He seems like a pretty good kid. Obviously, he took a bet on himself and didn't go to
I get like Deshaun Kaiser feels with Trey Lance. But I hope he pans out. I do. I really hope he pans out.
Mm-hmm.
But you think Atlanta's going to take Pitts at 4?
I'd be surprised if they didn't trade it. But they said Jamar Chase talked to Atlanta, which would be crazy because if they take Chase, that means they're trading Julio off rip. That's what that's got to be.
Yeah, they take Chase here. Yeah, Julio.
Yeah.
I just find it hard for a team to actually bite on the Julio trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 32-year-old guy that you owe, a 32-year-old wide receiver that you owe a lot of money to. He has a crazy contract for a wide receiver.
Big contract. Agreed, man.
I know this isn't going to happen, but any chance Rodgers gets traded tonight?
I'm surprised. Like, I'm very shocked that he wasn't just traded to the 49ers. I thought that was a done deal. You know, if you
that's a team that should have did it. That should have been the team to do it.
Now, for the Dolphins fans, wouldn't it be crazy if Aaron Rodgers was a Dolphin tomorrow? That'd be crazy.
That would be insane.
That'd be insane.
I might secretly like the Dolphins.
Right, just because, right?
Just because, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, picks in. Let's see what happens.
Great team to be a part of for a young rookie quarterback.
Yeah, man, you got to let me know. I'm a little bit on the behind.
Trubisky is hot garbage. I think that's not going to happen, but I think Aaron Rodgers in Chicago would do wonders.
Mm-hmm.
They need a bunch of bodies to replace all the cap. Matt Miller, the same dude who decided not to pick Willis McGahee and took a bum wide receiver, Charles Rogers.
No, Matt, we're talking about Matt Miller, the draft analyst. You think about Millen, M-I-L-L-E-N. He was the GM he took Roy Williams, Charles Rogers, and Calvin Johnson back to back.
Well, the thing with that, Dan Squatch, right, it's not zero, but if Rodgers is going to get traded, he's going to get traded within the next few picks. Like, Green Bay's not trading Aaron Rodgers for the 20th overall pick. He needs to be traded, if not to the Falcons, which wouldn't make sense. Who's next? Cincinnati wouldn't make sense. Miami would be the next team that makes sense, or Detroit.
I couldn't see them trading him inside the division.
They took Pitts.
They did?
Yeah. Which again makes
There you
That
go,
means
Marion.
that means Atlanta's trying to win next year.
Can I tell you this though? At best, Atlanta could be at best second in the division. They're not going to have a good enough roster to beat Tampa. I don't care what anybody says. They're just not. They can't stop anybody.
I don't think their defense is good enough.
No, they have nobody on defense, no pass rusher, no nothing. So this pretty much tells you that Julio's not getting traded, and Atlanta has to win.
Yeah, Julio's not getting traded now. It makes no sense to draft Kyle Pitts and then trade Julio Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Julio takes so much attention off of Pitts that Pitts will have Julio. They got Julio, Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
So Pitts is going to have more than enough opportunities to flourish.
So I'm going to call the next two. I think the next two is Jamar Chase and then Jalen Waddle. Waddle goes at 6 to Miami, whether or not I like it.
So you say Cincy takes Chase. Miami takes Waddle. Okay. So 2 wide receivers back to back.
Right. But then I'll go out on a limb.
Now, would you take Waddle over Smith?
I say yes. And it's just, if I'm looking at Detroit, I got Galladay. No, they lost Galladay, didn't they?
Yeah.
They lost.
He's in New York. He's in New York.
So they have okay. So they have to take a receiver, and he has to be a number 1 receiver. That's pretty much it. They still got Marvin Jones. Is that his name, Marvin Jones, the second?
I think so. Yeah,
the
Marvin Jones,
receiver.
Yeah.
Adrian, that's tough, dog, because it's like I don't think they've ever had a weapon like Waddle ever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's tough, man. They're showing this, by the way, this layout of Kyle Pitts.
Are you watching that?
Yeah, 19 catches at tight end, 12 at slot, 12 at wide out. I don't know what I'm drafting him for, dog.
I think you said you're behind, but if you watch these highlights, he's lined up wide every single time. But that's exactly how we said, like, that. We already knew this, though.
That's the only thing you can do with him, Alo. Like what inline tight end really gets off like that? Like he's honestly a big slot receiver. I think I said Marquez Colston. I don't know if anybody heard me on that before, but Marquez Colston, Plaxico Burress, these big body guys that can get up and run the seam, you know what I mean, and catch the back shoulder. You
think he's going to be as good as Plaxico was? Before Plaxico shot himself, obviously, but
I mean, just saying he's that type of dude. I put on because somebody compared him. I put on a highlight of Plaxico at Michigan State. Plaxico was catching hitches and turning corners on dudes. Like he wasn't
Dan Squatch. Dan Squatch had to bring up the O lineman. Where you see Sewell going?
I would hope that he goes. You want me to be honest, Dan? I would hope that Sewell goes to Miami. That would say a lot.
That would make sense. I think that's not. It's not the flashy pick that I know that the Dolphin fans want.
Yeah,
but it's probably the better pick if we're being honest.
Yeah, I would think if Miami was serious that they would take a Sewell. If they were serious about giving Tua what he needs, because receivers are dime a dozen. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. We've talked about that.
Find another Sewell in the next 3-4 years.
I can manufacture yards.
Correct. Especially if my quarterback's decent.
Yeah. What's up, Chad? Todd Gurley is a free agent, huh? Yeah, he's not in Atlanta no more.
I don't think Todd's gonna have a job, dog. I'm being real. I don't see it. I don't see it. Dan Squatch, one thing about Sewell that I'll say is this: not just the agility at 320, it's the tenacity to go with the athleticism. You and I both know that's hard to find with offensive linemen, right? If I'm an athletic offensive lineman, I'm probably usually very finesse. Not that I'm not good at my job, but I'm not a dude that's trying to run through somebody's chest every play, and that looks like Sewell when he puts on pads.
This one's for every NFL fan whose team is drafting
All
their
right.
franchise
On
QB.
commercial.
Yeah.
Find a
Adrian,
team. Go ahead.
Now I was saying they're having some good side combos in here. You know, Panama with Fields sitting behind Matt Ryan. I don't know if I've ever seen that work in my lifetime, but he's an Atlanta kid. It would have been dope to see him stay home, you know.
I mean, look, I think Matt Ryan is kind of on the downward side anyway. I mean, we saw Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre do it. You're like, we've seen it. They could have went that route, but they're trying to win next year, obviously, with that Pitts pick. The problem is Atlanta has, like you already stated, they have no defense. They can't stop anybody. So I guess they're going to try to win every game 40-42 or something. I don't know. Find a team with top 5% salaried receiver. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Dan. Like you just hit the nail on the head. That I guess because of that, that's why they're investing so much in that offense. I just don't know if that's a winning formula. I agree. Pitt's going to make the offense a little bit better, but they're not making any playoff runs until they address the defense. The Bengals pick is in. Do they give Joe Burrow his favorite target?
I'll say this, man. I don't think the draft really starts till pick 7. That Detroit pick that's gonna be interesting to me, man.
Because they traded Matt Stafford.
Right.
So they don't have a quarterback at all, right?
They have Goff.
So they don't have a quarterback at all,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So do they take a quarterback or do they? Yeah, I mean, what do they do? That's a very interesting. Yeah, good point with them, Denver, Detroit. Yeah, I kind of think you got to take a quarterback if you're Detroit. You know, Goff's not your future. That was just a compensation for trading Stafford, but I don't know.
I just don't think they go quarterback though, because they're if anybody was really rebuilding and needs to do it the right way, it's probably them. They've never had anything of substance, you know, not in our lifetime. Not in our lifetime.
Where does Slater fall than the other offensive linemen?
You know, I don't think people are valuing that position that much this draft.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Like, you know, Sewell would have been a lock for top 3 in any draft for like the
usually. That's what I'm saying. Usually.
Yeah, man.
But Kyle Pitts enamored the football world for whatever reason.
Hey, it's the underwear Olympics that'll get them, you know.
Bengals got to draft Sewell because Burrow was on his back all year. But we're about to find out in a minute. That Trey Lance one got me. Well, it didn't get me because I kind of predicted it, but I just don't feel like it's – I don't know. Where does Goff end up? Not Goff, but Garoppolo.
I got to assume he's in a Patriots uniform at some point. You know, if they're really partnering with him. Rose, you know, they just brought in Riley Reef, who gave up, I think Riley Reef gave up 1 sack on 573 dropbacks last year, something like that.
Yeah, the Bengals took Chase.
They took him? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on a little bit of a delay. They're going to love him, though, man. Chase is going to catch 120 balls, man.
Bro, 4.34.
You can mark my word on that. That's 120 balls next year. Easy. It looks like he might have the only outfit that kind of makes sense. I haven't seen the shoes yet, but.
Jurg, use the O-line masterminds piece on Rashawn.
No, I didn't, bro. I've kind of been disconnected from the draft this year, though. So, no, I didn't catch it. I got to check it out. Fins are going to go Waddle, man. The Fins are going to go Waddle.
Main Day wants Smith. He wants him bad.
You seen them show Chase versus AJ Terrell again, though.
Of course. Of course.
They got him on Terrell, him on Satan. It ain't even.
Look, that's what the 9 receptions, 221 yards in the national championship game.
Mm-hmm.
2 touchdowns, by the way, against. He had 14 receptions.
Man, some of these highlights for Chase, man, he's savvy for such a young dude. He's savvy, man. He moves really, really well. Really, really well.
We're going to hear from Chase in a second, but
All right, Miami fans.
Hey, Dolphins, I'm going to let y'all know right now. I pick y'all to mess up in every draft, so this isn't going to be any different. I'm going to bank on that. Hey, Lo, you know my stance with the Dolphins, man. I don't – boy.
That's what I'm asking you.
Mm-hmm.
Should they pick? You keep saying Waddle. Should Waddle be the pick? Or should it be something? I think we talked about it. Sewell should probably be their pick.
That'd be – if I was really invested in this kid, then absolutely.
Yeah, if Tua is really your future, then yeah, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess talking to a lot of the Miami fans, the Dolphin fans, they're happy. They feel like the only thing they need is receivers. I guess they're happy with their O-line.
They don't have a run game. You know, so I mean, I don't know how you manufacture a run game without people blocking. You know, that's never been a thing. That's never ever been a thing, actually. You know, Dan with Slater, yeah, you know, you gotta love the jack of all trades offensive lineman who can play inside out for you. And he's gonna go undervalued. But if he's what you say he is, I only watched him against Ohio State. But if he's what you say he is, then yeah, he'll probably be in the league for 12, 13 years. You know? It's not just about the run game, though, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to have an offensive tackle that can give you value in both ways. I don't think you guys have one offensive tackle that's top 20 in the league. You know?
Hold it down, Jerg. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw the Chase comparison to A.J. Brown. I think that's dope. I love A.J. Brown, man. I think he's a dog. Very underrated receiver.
And he, as you can see, beats Odell Beckham by 7 slots for the highest.
Rose, man, his suit definitely was like, it was a little, we'll call it suspect, to say the least.
On Instagram, just in time for Bengals fans to
Yep, Waddle's going to Miami. They've been saying that for a few, maybe 3 or 4 days now, mate. I just don't know personally. Like, I mean, I think Tua needs the help. I think y'all need a field stretcher that can actually catch the ball and, you know, not Jakeem Grant, somebody that can run, but somebody that actually gets open downfield. You know what I mean? But I just don't know. I think y'all had a little bit more to accomplish here, especially for Tua. Especially for Tua.
Building up that front, in my opinion, they can supplement that later on in the draft. I gotta believe they were hoping one of those 2 kids, Pitts or Jamar Chase, was going to be there. But we've got 2 big-time guys left. They went to Alabama that can run and catch the ball too now.
Okay, we'll get that pick.
So who we got? We just got Dolphins fans. I know we had a Bucks fan in here. Rose, who you rocking with, Rose?
That Tunsil was taken by the Dolphins on that interesting trade.
Let's see who else we got in here. Anthony Chairs. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where Slater falls. He sounds like a top 25 guy, though.
That's what Chris Greer has done with that one pick.
That Dan, that's exactly where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going with that, Dan. You address so many parts of offensive football by getting Penei Sewell, and you won't have to worry about that position for 10, 12 years, you know?
All right, let's do it. Let's see what Miami's going to do.
Yep, Jalen Waddle. PFF, Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle. See, what they're saying is that Tua doesn't do a good job of throwing contested footballs outside the numbers. So you need speed to make Tua work. I get it. But that's also not how you win big games in the NFL. You know? I don't know. What do you think this draft so far, Adrian? We're 6 picks in, right? We got 2 wide receivers and a pass catcher. We'll call it that in Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, they got Waddle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you saying though?
No, I'm just saying, if you're looking at the way the draft looks so far, like that's the change in football that we've been talking about.
Bro, we have obviously quarterbacks are always going to be priority, but we have no pass rushers have been taken yet. No offensive lineman has been taken yet. 3 pass catchers?
Mm-hmm.
And 3 quarterbacks at this point?
Mm-hmm.
It tells you how the game is
That's what I'm saying, man.
It tells you how these NFL GMs now view the game.
They're not worried about stopping these guys. They're worried about
nobody's caring about like you say, stopping anybody. Let's just try to put as many points on the board as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they didn't just watch the Buccaneers stop the Chiefs and win the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know.
That's why you get, that term lost in the sauce, man. That's what this is, right? The Tyreek Hill and Pat Mahomes effect got the whole league like, well, hold on a second.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to beat those
But
guys.
everybody's not Pat Mahomes.
Right. Or Andy Reid.
I mean, Tyreek Hill, you can find me, and I can find you another Tyreek Hill, but I can't find you another Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. Man, they're showing these highlights of Mahomes and Tyreek Hill because that's the comp on Waddle. But you look at some of these throws Mahomes is making, it's like nobody else can get that dude the ball on time like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just coming out so quick, and everything's right in his gut every time he throws it, man. It's insane.
What was Waddle's 40?
I don't know if he ran one.
He probably didn't. Oh, man. I wouldn't have took Waddle right here. The more I think about it, I know he's fast. I don't know, 5'9", 180-pound receiver at 7. I just don't see it, man.
It ain't.
That's not the first pick I've questioned today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, like you said, this is where the draft starts for you. And I kind of agree with you, man. Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit's going to probably pick or at least show the direction that this franchise is going in with this pick.
Mm-hmm. You know what? If they went Sewell here, I wouldn't be shocked either. You got a tight ends coach that's turned into head coach coming from Sean Payton. You know what I'm saying? They've always had a solid offensive line.
Well, like you said before, they have a new coach. They have a new coach, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Why select Fields or somebody here and tie yourself to him? Build the offensive line, and then we can pick a quarterback if not next year or the year or the year after.
Right.
It's not like you're winning anything next year anyway if you're Detroit.
Right.
So let's build an offensive line, and then we'll figure out that quarterback position later on.
They got I don't think they have a linebacker in Detroit. I can't think of a good one. I know they don't have any edge rushers.
Right.
No safety.
They got a lot of holes. That's the point.
Yeah.
Miami will be drafting new quarterback in a couple years. That's what Lion King says.
Mm. Y'all think so? Y'all really think in a couple years? Maybe in 4 years. Maybe in 4 years. Tua is going to make it through his 5th. But then again, I mean, all the draft picks they got, Miami could trade away one draft and get Deshaun Watson. Like they got a ton. They got a ton of loot.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
I just think you could have got Waddle at that next Miami pick if you really wanted, or you could have got someone who could do something like Waddle at that next pick. Waddle right there. Yeah. Waddle right there to me doesn't really make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Lions going Smith. That's what Sam just asked. in the chat.
Some people think they're going receiver, man. I don't see the point.
How crazy would that be to have 7 picks, 4 pass catchers, 3 quarterbacks?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we send things to Melissa Stark on the stage.
Rich, we just saw the embrace backstage of the
Jalen Waddle, huh?
receivers, you and Devontae. He was the Heisman Trophy winner, yet you're the first receiver.
You know, Dolphins fans, they load in there right now. Oh, Waddle's a future Hall of Famer.
Well, I don't think Maiden Day's happy with the pick.
Nah, you know who I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, Waddle was clearly the best receiver in the class. Like,
man, what happened to I forget his name, but I know he in the discussion group.
Samir?
Samir, what happened to Samir?
He's there. He was. I put something in there today. He's there. He's there talking about he a Bucks fan now. You know how it go. Same old Dolphins. I'm telling you, Dave, man. The Dolphins always find a way to mess things up, man. Like they just, y'all can't have nothing nice to me. You know, y'all really can't have nothing nice to me in Miami.
I mean, I think Maiden Day, you're just mad that they didn't take Smith and they took Wall over Smith. But honestly, I don't even think wide receiver should have been the take there for y'all personally.
No.
You can get wide receiver production later on. You guys have 3 first-round picks and a very deep wide receiver class, bro. Y'all can find that. Y'all probably should have addressed that. Sewell would have been, I think, a perfect fit for y'all.
They're also saying their second pick is defense. They're saying it's Jalen Phillips. They've been talking about that. I think they'd be lucky if they got Phillips there, but I just don't. I don't know.
Dallas could definitely, Dallas should be taking a hard look at a pass rusher, even though they did pay what's his name all that money. Okay, they took Sewell.
The Lions took Sewell.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's a good, and that's. I like
Adrian,
the move.
that's the money pick right there.
Yeah, I like the move.
That's the money pick.
All them big old Samoans.
That's a big deal, man. That's a good pick. That's
I agree.
Probably the best pick of the draft so far.
I agree, let Jared Goff just fill a spot. We'll find that quarterback. Dan Squatch says, "Rest in peace, Sewell." Well, I mean, we know the organization isn't very good, but the pick is a good pick.
Yeah, I also think a lot of people are surprised by this, just because But to your point, Alo, there's going to be receivers there. You're going to find a talented guy at the top of the second round. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they're dying for talent at this point. You know what I'm saying? At least at that position. But Penei Sewell, if he's the best player on your draft board and you got him at pick 7, I'm good.
I agree.
I'm good. And boy said,
but I hear you, Maiden Dade, and I don't necessarily disagree with you, right? I just think you were all in on Smith when I don't even think wide receiver should be Miami's focus right there.
Right.
But we can agree to disagree on that. I know you were very high on Smith, and again, I don't watch the Dolphins, so if you're telling me that y'all need receivers, then who am I to say you don't? You feel me? Carolina, I wonder what Terrence. Where's Terrence want to go with this one?
I told him to hop in here. I don't think he did.
Terrence told me he was chilling with his family, I think he's in South Florida, so he said he was chilling with his family or something.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. I would hope. So this is Carolina. It's not
just got Sam Darnold.
It's not going to be a quarterback.
No.
So okay, let me give you one. What if Carolina goes Micah Parsons, the linebacker? They can go corner. What if it's J.C. Horn?
So you're thinking defense?
They got weapons. You know, I don't know how you trade your second rounder for Darnold and then leave with a quarterback right now, right?
Yeah. Obviously, you're gonna get McCaffrey back. That should be huge for Sam. How's their offensive line look in Charlotte or Carolina? And the best old lineman just got off the board. I don't know if there's another one.
I mean, he
comparable.
Slater's good. Like again, I saw one game of Slater. Slater's good.
But would you take him 8?
No.
Okay.
Not with Park again. Like
not with other players on the board, right?
And here goes a little bit of change of the game plan.
Yeah, J.C. Horn. Would that work for Carolina? That could be a good pick for Carolina. I like that one.
And that's what I was going to say because Atlanta just stacked the deck at receiver, and that's your division opponent. You know, so
and Tampa still has Tom and Mike, and I think Antonio Brown came back, right?
Yeah,
did Antonio Brown come back?
Yep.
Yeah.
And OJ Howard gets healthy in Tampa this year.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
You know, so probably stack the deck with defense here.
So Horn, yeah. I'm gonna say Horn. I'm gonna say that's my prediction. Horn makes sense here. Parsons is another good pick, but I think you address the secondary if you're Carolina with a guy that some people are comparing to Jalen Ramsey.
He's got the body type and the athleticism.
Yeah.
You know? That body type and athleticism go a long way, my man. You can't find that dude walking around the street every day.
Maiden Day says Elijah Moore over Jalen Waddle.
No. hey,
I was gonna let you.
Respectfully, I'm a South Florida homer, and I've been watching Elijah since he was in high school. No. Respectfully, no. He may have a better NFL career or something like that, but I just think the talent's different, dog. Like Waddle's a dog, man. He's an absolute dog, you know. Dan, I hear you on that, man, but I don't know if Carolina can afford to take an offensive tackle.
So apparently they're saying that the Panthers are interested in either Fields or Horn right here. I just don't see him taking Fields, though.
I think Horn has to be the pick.
Yeah, I think Horn's got to be the pick.
Be good at something, man. Don't be average at it. If you get Horn, you have Jackson, you have Chin. I got 3 staples in my secondary to move forward.
You still got Brian Burns rushing the passer.
Still got Brian Burns.
So yeah.
Did they end up taking Fields?
They haven't announced it yet.
Okay. He just said it in there. I was like, oh shit.
Because it doesn't make sense. They're saying like Fields or Horn. Like that doesn't even like what are you talking about? Like your game plan doesn't even sound like in the same stratosphere right there. Fields or Horn?
Yeah.
Rose's saying Fields. I don't know if they announced it or I might be behind, but they haven't announced it yet.
I'm on PFF. PFF on Twitter's got it pretty much earlier than anybody right now.
Okay.
But they said J.C. Horn had a 33% completion rate against them last year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Minutes and 30 some odd seconds to that. Here comes the commissioner to the podium. With the Carolinas Panthers choice, they took all.
And see, they got their knock on J.C. Horn is his tackling. Who cares? If I'm allowing 33% completion percentage, I never need to tackle. Get out of here.
In the 2021 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select J.C. Horn.
They took Horn.
There you go.
South Carolina.
Which is a great pick.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you see Cam Jordan, the DM for the Saints, said Pitts is a little light in the ass to be a tight end. Already talking noise.
Who said that?
Cam Jordan, the DN for the Saints.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. People sleeping on New Orleans, by the way. I think New Orleans is still going to be a 10-win team next year.
Ooh, I'm surprised you're saying that.
I keep it real, man. You know, Tampa's still winning the division. I'll tell you that.
Until proven otherwise, I agree. I mean,
the roster's just too stacked, and then they're going to get deeper here today. I think.
Well, the thing is, they were a young team already.
The defense in particular was very
young team. Other than Tom, Gronk, and like those guys you brought in free agency, but the core of your team is a young team.
Mm-hmm.
The guys are still getting better.
Mm-hmm. Dan Squatch, I'm going to say Surtain at 9.
What did he ask? Now who
Where's
gets
Surtain going? Surtain at 9 to Dallas. If Dallas doesn't go defense, man,
Dallas
they
has to go defense in some way, shape, or form. I agree there.
Now here's the question: is Denver going Justin Fields? I think has to be another potential landing spot.
Yeah, another team that could use it. Yeah.
They got a lot of speed on the field in Denver, a ton of speed.
John Elway still running things up there in Denver?
Unfortunately for them, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. John could do something dumb like Mac Jones right here. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me if he did something like that.
Yeah. Hey, man, they're showing these highlights on Horn, boy. He got it, man. He's got all the movement skills you can look for, bro. All of them.
Bud Light Summer Stimmy. Highlights include Bud Light giving away sports tickets.
Yeah, that's a good-looking kid, man.
Across America.
So you're going to look at Carolina having probably the best young secondary on paper in football. Outside from Tampa, you know.
Tonight, I'll be eating
so Rule's probably going to try to hold you to less than 20 points a game. That's what he wants to go with.
What's your feeling on Surtain?
Me personally?
I think he's a solid guy. I don't know. I have some reserves about him.
I think whenever you talk about an Alabama corner, you pause for a second, right? And like you ask yourself, is he really that good?
Right. Yeah. And maybe that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think he's
I almost feel like he's getting the hype off of his name. I watched plenty of Surtain, and was he good? Is he a good player? Yes. Is he a solid prospect? Yes. Is he the player that I think he's kind of being projected to be? I don't know.
Is he?
I feel like his name is carrying weight.
His upside isn't what Horns is. I know that.
Right.
You know. So but I also think Surtain, just like Asante, and same thing with Horn, because of their bloodline, they know what it takes to be a 10-year starter in the NFL.
Yeah, you're right. You're right
and
there.
I think they will be. I think they all will be. You know.
I mean, because Surtain's been the guy since high school, and I kind of feel like that's carried over even to now. I feel like people are still seeing that.
Mm-hmm. No,
Horn gonna be a dude for a long time. Listening to him talk, I agree. Dan Squatch, I like Horn. Broncos just traded for a QB, didn't they? Did they?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, Teddy's at this point in his career. Teddy's such a journeyman. Yeah, you would still draft a guy if you're serious about it, I guess, and you find your quarterback that you want. I'd draft him right here if he's there.
I call it this. I say this is either Parsons or a quarterback. I don't think there's any other way. I think it's got to be one or the other, Parsons or a quarterback.
Anthony says Elway stepped down. That makes sense. George Patton is running the team.
Did he step down?
So maybe there is hope in Denver then.
Are you sure you have us booked all day? Read the room, guys.
Okay, he's no longer the GM. Okay, that's a good point. It's a very good point. He's overseeing football operations. Okay. So who did you say? George Patton?
Yeah. To your point, Panama, I don't know if anybody would have took Hamza over Surtain, but if Hamza was healthy, I think he would have been a top 20 pick, or he would have been in that area. Athleticism, measurables, he would have been in that area. Now he's probably, if he's lucky, second. Somebody take him second over potential, but Hamza hasn't played football in a year.
This guy, Patton, this is why he got Teddy Bridgewater. He was in Minnesota when they drafted Teddy. Okay? So he was assistant GM and vice president of player personnel when they got Teddy in Minnesota. So now I wonder, who is Minnesota taking recently? They've been defense heavy, right? Other than that Teddy pick, they've been defense.
I think so. Where's Minnesota's picking? Okay, they're picking in the next, 5 picks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're top 15.
But Justin Fields right there in a division with Justin Herbert, and you have Patrick Mahomes.
I think you got to go Fields, man. I just
For Denver?
Mhm.
Mac Jones and Justin Fields still staring at him right now.
They've had 9 different quarterbacks since 2016, most in the NFL. Isn't that the year Manning retired?
Yep. Yep.
Teddy Bridgewater is a very good quarterback that can win football games with, but he's not young either. You've got a young cat that can do so many things, and he's so athletic.
Gotta love the waiting game, man. Najee Harris, definitely undervalued, Dan.
I think Najee's the best back in the draft.
By far. He'll end up
But everybody will tell you it's ETN or one of those North Carolina backs.
I'm tired of hearing the ETN, bro. No disrespect to the kid, but it's like I've seen that story before, you know? I've seen that story before. I'll tell you what, man, if Fields ain't here, somebody's gonna move up to 9 and take him. Somebody's got to move up to 9 and take him.
Leo said, "There he goes. There goes Leo."
Leo, I changed my mind. Don't just
go back to the get out the chat.
Oh God.
Yeah, I did see the little PlayStation 2 controller he had. It looked dope.
He really does have a PS2 controller. That's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Trevor Siemian with 24 starts as a Bronco, the most since paid. That's disappointing, bro.
That is disappointing.
God, that's bad, bro.
All right.
Broncos, they say they're taking Surtain. We don't see.
2021 NFL Draft. The Denver Broncos select Pat Surtain.
Wow.
Jr.
Yeah, they went Surtain.
I told you he's coming from that Vikings team, man. I feel like they took defense every year since Martin Zimmer's been there.
Maybe they really like Drew Lock or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, but again, you know, do you want to attach yourself to a quarterback that you don't feel is your guy? You know what I mean? Like, if maybe they locked in on Trey Lance, and you know what I mean?
That's true. Maybe their guy was off the board.
Yeah. Dan, I think you're going to see the kid from Northwestern go before Asante today. He's a dog. I don't think people get that kid from Northwestern a lot of credit. I don't even know his name, but I rewatched him earlier today. He's a dog. He's an absolute dog.
So yeah, well now where do the Cowboys go? Do they go pass rusher now?
I think they got to trade back, Alo. I think they got to
go trade back. I definitely think their DB was the big question for them, and with Horn and Surtain gone, yeah. See what Dallas does.
I don't know, man. You can't tell me all these guys are going to have more impact on the game than your best edge rushers or your best offensive linemen in this draft. You just can't tell me that.
Yeah, we ain't seen one yet. That's the crazy thing about it, man.
You know, I'll say this, though, man. This follows what Elway did in Denver, right? He always had, when they were great, they had 2 great corners, right? They had a great secondary, and they had a pass rush. They started there, so I guess that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
You can pass their tan, boy.
I do love his size, though, man.
Oh yeah, what's he 6'2", 215 or 210 or something?
Like
that?
legit 6'2", too. Like not, you know, they be boosting these guys' measurables. Nah, Pat, all bit of 6'2", long arms.
They said that Surtain lacks. So who did they play? They play Washington, Philly, New York every year.
Who are we talking about? Dallas?
Yeah.
You know they're in that terrible conference. The Washington football team, the Eagles.
But
I think
then,
Hurts,
excuse
Hurts
me, then the
quarterback.
Broncos. Who you got? You got Chargers, Raiders.
It makes sense with the Broncos. I mean, he's got to face Pat Mahomes every year.
Yeah. Load up on the secondary. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. That pick makes sense, I guess, for the Broncos. I don't know who is Carr still the quarterback over there in Las Vegas?
Yeah. But they've been talking crazy noise like Las Vegas might get a quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, they might move on.
A top 10 pick and a Denver Bronco. What does that mean to you?
Man, it's a special feeling, man. I can't wait to get to Denver. You know,
I need to see Dallas trade this pick, man. I need to see them trade this pick. Let's make the night exciting. You know?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm just so excited. Emotions running through, man. I'm just so excited for this.
I'll tell you, man, Surtain's smooth, man. He's got length. A lot like Sherm. A lot like Richard Sherman.
Yeah. Watching him, he definitely. Oh, look, that's what they compare him to too. But he definitely got length. I love his length, his size.
Did they really compare him to Sherm just now? That's funny.
Literally, yeah. Just put up.
He's smooth, man. He's a strider. You know, he's not gonna flip his hips and stay on top of you. You know. Fields is not going to Dallas.
Hell no. But they just paid Dak Prescott all that money.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't make a bit of sense. A bit of sense.
Denver's got an underrated secondary. They brought in Kyle Fuller, Justin Simmons. You know, add Surtain, you got a 3-piece secondary just like in Carolina. That's a smart move, man.
6 down to 12, up to 10 to get ahead of the Giants.
They traded it.
Well, to me,
Who they traded to?
I think they just traded the spot back. But they just traded spots with the Eagles.
Oh, so they dropped back 2 spots.
1 spot, I think. Because the Eagles are on the clock right now.
So
no, 2 spots. You're right.
Or they going to Devontae Smith?
You're right. 2 spots. They traded 2 spots back.
It's got to be Devontae Smith.
For the Eagles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I don't think they're going quarterback.
No, they're gonna let Hurts get his shot.
What corner? Keyshawn, what corner, bro? Keyshawn, you need to get your behind up in here, by the way.
Eagles gonna grab. What corner is available that you would take right now? They ain't gonna take Asante. Tyson Campbell, I don't see that either.
If they took Asante, that whole city would burn if they took Asante right. And not that
Lorenzo says Dallas didn't trade back enough. Yeah, only 2 spots is interesting.
Got something for it though.
But they did right. They got something for it.
Yeah.
So they in return, Dallas got a 3rd round pick. So yeah, you move back 2 spots and you add an extra 3rd. So
hold on. That's good. Did they trade out of the draft?
No, they just traded 2 spots back. So they swapped picks with the Eagles. And then they got a 3rd rounder for it.
Okay.
You can't be mad at that.
Okay. Okay, so they added a 3rd. Well, that's good if they're trying to rebuild the defense, then yeah.
Yeah, you add a 3rd round, additional 3s. That's So the Eagles trying to get in front of the Giants, and they think the Giants are going to want a receiver for Daniel, which would make some sense, I guess. And then the Giants should have Saquon back next year.
So Chris Collinsworth on PFF, he made a good point. Cowboys wanted one of those 2 corners, and they got burned on. So that's why they trade back.
If that's the case, they should trade back some more. If they can. Unless they see something at 12 that they like. Where did Carson Wentz go?
Indianapolis.
Indy. Okay.
Rose, I'm thinking Parsons too, but it's like, I don't know. It feels weird. It feels weird right now.
The whole NFL's talking about, this is so the Eagles can get a better draft position. They get up to 6, then they trade down to 12, get its bunch of picks.
Dang, Bay, what tight end is available right now?
They're behind the Giants right there.
What are you talking about?
Trolling. It can't be Fields, dog.
With the Giants sitting there at 11, thinking they might get the player they want. Eagles hop right up in front of them.
That's gotta be Fields' granddaddy over there with him. I'm about to say, is that his agent or something? No, he's too chill. Gotta be his granddaddy over there with him. Matt Jones gonna be sitting there all night, boy, in that nice suit. You better be comfortable, boy. You're gonna be in that thing for a minute.
Nothing more important for the Philadelphia Eagles. Making sure their quarterback is protected.
They mentioned Slater for the Eagles as a possibility.
Dan, I forget his name, but yeah. I forget his name, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. They I don't know, man. You're gonna see a devaluing at a certain point of these positions on draft day, but come payday though, there won't be that much.
Right. So, which is backwards.
Yeah. The thing I don't understand about corner, Adrian, is you have Jalen Ramsey. You have that tier of corner, a do-it-all corner because of his measurables, right, and football intelligence. But then you have a big group of really good corners, right? And when I say big, maybe 6 or 7 really good corners in the league outside of Jalen. But then after that, you have a really big group of about 30 guys that are all the same. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why am I going to reach to get to that group of 30? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless I think I have that top 8 type.
If I'm not getting the top, if I'm not getting the top 6, 7 guy.
I don't think
I can find I can find another guy probably. I get you.
Yeah, the NFL, you talk about traditional value in the NFL, and I think what you have to talk about more is failure rate at positions and success rate. And the trenches are uber successful, compared to any other position. The trenches, you really can't go wrong if you identify a great talent.
Eagles pick Smith.
I don't think the trenches are that bad to be like, hey, let's take six guys involved with the passing game in the first 6 picks in the draft.
Not address the O-line at all.
O-line, D-line. I mean, this isn't a fantastic class of edge rushers, but you get what I'm saying.
Devontae Smith.
Man. Eagles picked Devontae Smith, huh? Yep.
NFL comparison, Isaac Bruce.
I'll tell you what, New York's got to trade back. I don't think they got anything they need here aside from Parsons.
I agree. If you couldn't get Smith, unless you're valuing defense right now, I agree with you. I would trade back if I was the Giants too. What's the Giants' pass rush look like?
What's that?
What's the Giants' pass rushing look like?
I don't think they got an edge guy. They got Leonard Williams had a career year.
Maybe Phillips.
I really do think Phillips, because I don't think they got a chance to test him on his medical. The story is he had COVID, so he missed some medical testing. So he's probably going to drop because of that alone. Remember, they made him retire at UCLA due to concussions.
Yeah.
So it's honestly amazing he made it through a whole season the way he did.
To our guy Michael Irvin, just a little nudge there to create a little extra separation. He can win over the top on fade balls.
I'll be right back, bro.
Yep.
From Ohio State, just moves away from him, tracks it easy, and then he's got a huge catch radius. You see it here against Notre Dame. You saw the crazy.
What we got in the chat? You've got 1 and 2 guys from Mars, 6 to 8 top flight, and then everyone else is 1 miss OTA from walking the street. I'm sure there are some tight ends left. They don't seem to be highlighted. I don't think there's any tight ends worth. Probably not another tight end man in the first round that's worth to be taken. But Brevin Jordan, I think Brevin Jordan came back. Jurg just left. He would know, but I'm pretty sure Brevin Jordan. No, Brevin Jordan did go declare for the draft. I think he did declare for the draft. Actually, I think Brevin Jordan did declare for the draft. New York need an offensive lineman. Amari White says, don't forget that bet. Which bet we talking? Please remind me. I make so many. I'm going to get so much free liquor this year. Because if we talking about that Jaguars bet, oh my God, that is looking so great for me.
The best nickname in the draft, CB. Yeah, so what you're talking about, Coach Shaw, is in Philadelphia now.
Shout out to the Eagles. Maiden Day low-key mad about that pick. That GM is a very smart man. Yeah, you talking about the Jaguars. I got you. Oh, the Bears. Jer, get back here. The Bears just traded up to 11. That's a great move for the Giants and an even better move for the Bears because I got to tell you, the Bears are going Fields here. Got to be Fields.
But you've got a similar style with Mac Jones and what they're familiar with.
They better stop pushing this Mac Jones narrative crap. But that's a good move for the Bears. The Bears need a quarterback. The Giants missed their guy by one pick, so they were smart to trade back. Justin Fields here to the Bears, man. That's what I think.
All right, we got a little guest with us for a second.
Hey. The Chicago traded up. Giants traded back.
I just heard. That's crazy. That's
good
crazy
stuff.
So Chicago, if they get Fields, you pair him with Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney.
This would be the spot where the Bears would trade up just to take Mac Jones.
Right.
This is exactly what they would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is why they'd be the Bears.
That's right. They call Devontae Smith the Slim Reaper, huh? I don't know. Philly did mess up last year, though. They messed up with not taking Jefferson and taking Reaper last year.
Yeah.
That was a big, big mistake. Big, big mistake.
Which one of these guys are going to be? I would go with Justin Fields.
Rose, you really picked Mac Jones to go to Washington? I don't think they go quarterback. I don't think they go quarterback at all. I don't think Rivera is going to waste the pick.
Yeah, the Jets did get a haul, man.
What did the Giants get? What was the compensation?
They just had it up, but it was a ton of picks.
I got to see that shirt. Can somebody update what that was?
Let's see if they showed it again. Right now. Yeah, let me see if I can find it too.
You gotta go. If they go Mac Jones at this pick, Adrian, I might leave for the night. To be real,
I feel you. I might turn the TV off too. To be honest with you, like, what's the point of watching this anymore?
We could turn on spring game highlights for a little bit after that. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have made it to 15.
Made is so hot.
He said that might be Terrence. That might be Terrence over there. That sounds like Terrence. You know what I'm saying?
They got a first next year among other picks.
Yeah. Plus, but Keyshawn, did it include their first this year?
I think they just swapped picks.
So they swapped and added. Okay, right.
And still added, yeah.
Right. So yeah, it has to be a quarterback. Why would you pay that much to go get?
It's got to be a quarterback. And that's a good move for New York too.
I just Coach Shaw once again in witness. I just thought knowing you that they played in Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith, if that's his daddy, that's why he got that Slim Reaper on him. The boy built just alike. What they say Smith weighed? 175 or something like that? 180?
I think 170.
Yeah.
Officially 170.
Dave, there's a lot of 6-foot dudes that play small, dog. Don't focus on that. I need you to get over.
Supporting our nation's path to recovery from COVID-19 by focusing on the critical issues of mental health, food insecurity, health disparities, and the digital divide.
We could have used that very closely, Mr. Goodell.
Health disparities widen in communities of color, indigenous communities, and for older and rural Americans.
The
We're
168.
joining forces with the CDC
The 164,
Foundation
168.
as part of a draft-a-thon.
That's like being
to meet
5'9",
the basic needs
145.
like nutrition,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
safety, and health.
Yeah, Dan, I ain't
Carlos
been
Nelson,
160
who's
since
behind me, has been
goddamn.
doing just that, leading the Greater
I can't
Auburn
remember the
Gresham
last time I
Development
was 160.
Corporation in Chicago. His dream of creating a federally qualified health center to provide medical care in his neighborhood is becoming a reality.
Come on, Goodell, shut up.
From the Chicago Bears, and it will open.
Lorenzo, I wouldn't say they got robbed because it just matters what you were trading up for. Like,
with the Bears
you
selection.
know what I'm saying? Like, if they knew you were trading up for a quarterback, they're gonna tax you. Is this Fields?
How
They go
exciting
Fields?
is this?
They haven't announced it yet. They've been talking for the last 10 minutes.
In the 2021 NFL
Here we go. They're about to announce.
The My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields.
Yep.
There you go.
Quarterback, Ohio
Justin
State.
Fields.
There you go.
The Bears select Mac Jones.
Yep.
That's good stuff.
Two-time Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year.
So Bears fans and Justin Fields' family after a wait of picks. Oh, another dog. Trevor Lawrence got a dog. Justin Fields has a dog. Help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed and neutered. And the Bears are
All right.
excited. They
Dallas is on the clock.
try and get Russell Wilson back.
Terrence, say seriously to Fields' sister. I'm telling your woman.
I was about to say, Terrence, you're gonna get everybody in trouble in one shot. One shot.
Fields finally made up for trading their life away for Trubisky.
I would say he made up for it, but
Fields don't look excited at all.
man, they had an interview with him, and they brought Eddie George on, and like, you know, like that, he should be kind of like, oh wow, like Eddie George, like, nah, he was stone faced, bro.
These kids don't know who the hell Eddie George is.
Yeah, he was just like, you know what I mean? The way I'm wasting my time. So Fields to Chicago, and then Aaron Rodgers is gone, right? He wants to be traded. So Fields, I mean, I'm going to say he's better than Jared Goff, I guess, right?
We'll say that right now. I mean, hey.
I mean, I'd hope so. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
really.
I guess my point is that, you know, you got one team losing a Hall of Famer, and now the division's open for quarterback play. You got to hope he can step in and do some things for you, you know?
Fields easily has the potential to be the best QB in their history by year 5.
That's not saying much, though.
Yeah, really not. Not for the Bears. Not saying anything.
I think he's just like, you know who his attitude reminds me of, and not just because of Chicago. It seems like he's Jay Cutler. You know what I'm saying? Just
Who?
Like, Jay Cutler.
Who though? You talking about Fields?
Yeah. Like his demeanor is just very like, he's a gamer, but he's not like overly boisterous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Seems like he's always serious. You know?
You better hope he's not like Jay Cutler. Let's just put it like that.
That might be the best quarterback in their history.
That might be. Or McMahon from, 40 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you like to pick.
This guy's got a chance to be special, but I want to give a special shout out to the Jaguars staff. They had a rough year, and many of us have been.
So who the Cowboys trade back 2 spots for? What are you thinking now for the Cowboys?
I think it's got to be pass rusher. I don't think they take a chance on a Micah Parsons. They got 2 linebackers already, right?
This guy's 60
Yeah.
more touchdowns than interceptions. 60 more touchdowns than interceptions.
Feels he looked like he too cool for school, man. He act different, bro.
And as the 4th selected quarterback, waiting for about an hour. That's in this day and age.
This is the first time I've seen Fields smile ever.
On his shoulder, and we're off of Twitter. We don't pay attention to Twitter. We don't want to be on Twitter, but will somebody let us know if the Bears delete that Andy Dalton?
Goes Jerry on the phone with somebody.
Mm-hmm. I think he's got to go edge rusher, man. I think he's got to go edge rusher.
Jerry Jones welcoming somebody to the team.
I said the same thing, Rose. Why is Shaw always at the draft? Like, shouldn't he be on the trail right now or something?
It's Stanford, dog. Who you recruiting?
I know.
You locked it for a couple 5 stars right now. All of his recruits are in bed by 9 o'clock. They got homework to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of kids that David Shaw got recruited. All right.
Caleb Fairley. Parsons is the pick a lot of Dallas fans want. Cowboys pick Mac. Everybody's running with the Mac Jones jokes.
I'm telling you, bro, Mac Jones go too early. I'm out of here, bro. Like you know. I don't know if Caleb Fairley's that deal like that. Like I don't know, man. I'm only basing it off of like, you know, the games I seen him versus Miami and shit. Like I don't think he's that great. I don't know, man. So you think it's pass rusher for sure, Alo? You don't got any other?
I don't know. They still need secondary help, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I just don't think there's a corner that's worth the 12th pick, per se.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they've got a guy that they fell in love with. But it's definitely got to be defense. All right, they're about to talk for another 10 minutes. God dog it.
So Cowboys got a first and a third, right? Swap first, picked up a third, we moved back 2 spots.
Yep.
Anxiety and depression after returning from Iraq.
Who's
She turned her struggle into triumph.
Okay, they got to pick in.
All right. Social worker.
Is it Jalen? Is it my dog Jalen?
Kanikia, we thank you for your service and all you do to continue to help others during this challenging time.
These guys are tipping Micah Parsons. I don't know if he's the pick. Why would you have 3 starting linebackers in today's NFL? It doesn't make any sense unless you see him as a pass rusher.
Boo. She out of breath. God dog. They did take Parsons.
They got to view him as a pass rusher, bro. Like they got to view him to play because they still got Jalen Smith and what's his name too, right? Van Der Esch.
Yeah. Yep, they got both of those guys.
I don't know, man. Dallas, y'all. You know I live out here, bro. Like it's cool. I might catch him up in Frisco or something like that.
6'3", 246. I don't necessarily not like this pick. What am I trying to say?
What are you gonna do with him though? You know,
I'll figure it out, man. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He might be a double-digit sack guy. He's that good coming off the edge. DJ, think about.
I think they do view him as a pass rusher, though.
Yeah, like, do you view him as, you know, your base package? He's a stand-up backer, and then, you know, in your nickel, he becomes your weak side DN. Okay, cool. A good-looking athlete, though, man.
Yeah, good. That's why I'm intrigued by him. He's just a good-looking athlete. This man just jumped in Goodell's arms.
It's a big moment, man. Nicknamed him the Water Boy when he played Pee Wee football, huh?
The good news, if he tweaks his back, he's got a comfortable chair to sit in.
I like the pick, person. I like it. I know they really want. I know they really wanted a corner, but I'm glad they didn't do something dumb like take another receiver or something. So I'm with it. I like the pick for Dallas. Let's see what the chat talking about. Dallas linebacker core gonna be ridiculous. He can play the pass rusher who could drop in coverage. I agree, Rose, but the secondary trash. Not with 4.3 speed, he gonna be in coverage. I think Dallas needs to get the best corner available unless they can do that in free agency. And Terrence said
free agency, that ship is sailed.
Yeah, free agency done.
Yeah. I mean, he can fly though. I mean, they're showing his highlights. He can move.
Yeah,
he can absolutely move.
He puts his foot in the ground and decides to go. He gets from A to B immediately to create pressure. Coming off the edge here. If he was just an edge rusher, I think he'd be one of the top 3 or 4 edge rushers in the draft.
So there you go. And they just said it, Alo. If you think he's an edge rusher that can also stand up, then you win. I would agree with that. You know,
go watch his pro day. It's one of the best linebacker pro days.
Make your defense versatile. You gotta like stuff like that.
He said, Keyshawn is a Bruce Irvin type.
That's what I'm, Keyshawn. That's what I think he's got to be to them. That's what I think he's got to be to them.
They're comparing him to Jalen Smith. Now, I don't necessarily see the Jalen Smith comparison.
Watch this guy now coming off the edge, as you guys have pointed out. His ability to swing back and play in the middle.
So we got us a draft. This should be Rashawn Slater. Dan Squash, this should be Rashawn Slater right here, bro.
To the Chargers?
I would think that they go offensive tackle right now.
Saquon Barkley, who will come back this year, and maybe they'll meet in the hole a couple of times. Oh, like number 12 overall, where he belongs.
In his arms.
Right there.
I've had the time of my life.
Sean Lee retired.
Commission started. He had no Danny Shelton. Remember that?
Oh my gosh.
He's a good-looking kid, man. He's a good-looking kid.
I know, right?
The commission stuff. Give it to him.
I know. So is Alex Smith, who we send our best to if he's out there watching the draft as a retiree. So
apparently he's an avid bowler, so that's supposed to mean something.
An avid bowler?
Yeah, avid bowler.
Yeah, he won't be bowling much in the NFL. I can probably guarantee you that.
No.
Maybe Dallas can pick up another linebacker or cornerback in later rounds.
Who's their defensive coordinator? Anybody know?
What does it mean to be playing for the Cowboys?
Still knowing?
Who is the defensive coordinator in Dallas? It's not Wade Phillips anymore, is it?
Once I get to AT&T.
No, it's not Phillips. Phillips been
One
gone.
of the right colors, did you know?
I knew. This is where I wanted to go. I wanted to be in blue.
Message to Cowboys fans.
I wanted to be in blue.
You're going to get an awesome competitor. You're going to get someone who's going to give their all for this team. And, you know, me and the boy Jalen Smith and Van Der right there, let's turn it up. We're going to make it LBU again.
Cowboys fans love hearing that. Congratulations.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, says Micah.
Come on, have the Frisco, Micah.
It's got to be out of their minds right now.
Get some barbecue. Hang out.
Possible by those. Zach Wilson, short back. So did Trey Lance.
Lance to the 49ers, though. I still like that. You know what I think about it?
You like
it?
it?
Lance.
You like it?
I like it for San Fran. Maybe just because it wasn't Mac Jones. You know what I mean?
Which was being, the heavy ruler.
Like that would have been like,
It could have been games played. It could have been games, though. Obviously, it was games. Maybe the 49ers were trying to trick somebody into taking Mac Jones.
Right. Now, so here it is, right? Dan Quinn is the D coordinator in Dallas. Dan Quinn was the D coordinator in Seattle.
Atlanta.
Drafted Bruce Irvin. Him and Gus Bradley were on that staff. It was Bradley number 1, Dan Quinn number 2. So that, to me, that sounds like they're looking for that flex hybrid outside linebacker DM. That's what that sounds like.
Makes sense. Dan Quinn. Keanu Neal in Dallas? That means nothing.
Did he really go to Dallas?
Yeah, but
Keanu ain't been healthy in 3-4 years.
No. And then even when he is healthy, he's a very limited safety, especially in today's NFL.
He's supposed to be Cam Chancellor for Quinn. That's what he's supposed to be.
and he's not. Can't be healthy, and then
regardless of what the potential is.
Yeah.
So you've got online to book a vacation, but
let's see what we got in here. Van Der Esch, Smith, Parsons. Yeah, I mean, Rose, it's not a bad look. Not a bad unit. You know, not a bad unit at all.
Hit that like button.
So I'm prepared for anything that comes my way. Never fear. I'm an expert at waterfalling. Here we go. Hold steady.
How many people you got here, man?
Wander wisely.
We only got 22. We just chilling. Small crowd tonight.
Yeah.
As a Bucks fan, I feel it's weird waiting this long to pick.
Hey, Kilo, it's a good feeling, though. It's a good feeling. We've been waiting too long for that. Too long. We would have tried to trade for Ricky Aguayo by now. You know what I'm saying? In them old days. I'm so happy that shit's done.
Y'all leave Made and Dade alone. That boy is so mad about not getting Devontae Smith.
Yeah. Mine, you gonna give me my first Kyle Pitts jersey? What's up? Put down 50 from me. I'll pay the rest.
I'll tell you right now, Made and Dade, if Waddle come out there and he tearing things up, you ain't allowed to root for him.
Yeah.
Just remember this energy. Yeah, you ain't allowed to root for him.
You got to call him out, dog.
All right. You thinking Chargers go O-line, right? Slater?
I think it has to be O-line. Who else would it be? Keyshawn, Dan? Who else would it be other than an O-line pick here? Because they got rid – I mean, their secondary's turned over completely. Hopefully Derwin comes back healthy for them and stays healthy, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
They took linebacker last year. They already got a pass rush. D tackle maybe. I don't think there's a D tackle highly rated at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
T2I. Hey, if it's Phillips, that'd be dope. But I don't know. I've seen mocks with Phillips to Minnesota. I've seen that a lot. What you doing? What you doing?
The Los Angeles Chargers pick is in. I turn to the radio analyst for the Los Angeles Chargers.
Good old David Pollard.
They don't have a left tackle right now, Rich. Rashawn Slater, to me, is the best left tackle in the draft. I like him even better than Penei Sewell. He's still there. I did not think this would happen.
Okay, they're saying Slater.
Yeah.
They haven't picked yet, but that's what the panel's saying. Like, Slater's the best guy on the board.
So there you go, Dan. If it's Slater, there you go.
Yeah, you got your quarterback. There you go.
Keyshawn, I don't think they need anything. They just need a block.
Rashawn Slater Jr.
Yep, took Slater. Good pick.
Good call.
You already got Herbert. Like you Chargers, they have a lot of pieces on that team.
Are y'all sold on Justin Herbert? For y'all that are in here, I don't know if I'm sold on him yet. Justin Herbert just seems very different to me. I mean, maybe I didn't watch him enough. Throws a hell of a deep ball. I don't know. You know how it go, Alo. Like usually you see a quarterback that balls out like that, you're like, oh, he's got it. I don't know if Herbert's that guy.
I think he puts together a good sophomore campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I think people will come around on him.
Mm-hmm.
If Marvin Wilson would have opted out in 2020 season, he'd probably go first. I think, that was the consensus on Marv. Damn, that dude tall. Had a big year.
The big boy. Okay.
She not sleepy?
Oh, she is, bro.
Or she fighting?
Yeah. She's just getting over had a little virus or whatever. So, she's been asleep all day. Just trying not to do the business. Rashawn Slater, huh?
Oh, he had opted out the entire season. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. You see that's a real fat boy. You got to appreciate that. If you button up the tucks and it don't attach at the bottom, then you got one. You know what I'm saying? You got a real fat boy.
Again, you're not going to see better than this at the next level. Stay square.
He was blocking Chase Young just then.
Yeah. Like I said, I watched him against Ohio State last year, bro. He was nice.
Head pressure here from Wisconsin. He's always where his feet are always where they need to be. His hands are outstanding. Here he is going from the left side. You see him earlier in his career.
Dan, do you know what kind of run game they got going out there in Los Angeles? Are they gap based? Are they zone? You have any idea?
At the next level, and again working up to the second level.
I'm gonna assume they're a zone scheme. If his key is really lateral movement, I'm gonna assume that they're a heavy zone team. Manufacture some yards running the football. Keyshawn,
they still got Melvin Gordon over there?
No, he's in Denver.
Who's running the ball in
Eckler and somebody else. Eckler and somebody else.
Right, Minnesota. What do you got? What do we think? 90% of everybody zone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are saying Minnesota goes pass rusher here, but we'll see.
Nope, they traded to the New York Jets.
Pass rusher. Got to be a pass rusher.
You think Jets going Phillips right here?
Jets haven't had a pass rusher in forever. And Saleh, there's no way he's leaving without a – if it's not a pass rusher, it's a defensive lineman.
They just jumped up.
They're on the clock. Right before the Patriots. Let's send it over to Lowe's.
You got to let me know what that pick is, man. I'm behind.
Seven pick
the Jets taking, my boy. Dan, 90% zone. Okay, that makes sense. Herbert Blink, yeah, I agree with that, Maya. They do got a new head coach, Lorenzo. I just don't know who it is. Top of my head, I don't know who it is.
Now since I have the lowest home team back, I got to start with the folks back in my home state of Georgia. So I'm excited.
Hey, you know what, Adrian? I say this: it's cool that the Jets are being aggressive because even if it's for like a pass catcher or something, at least they're trying to. You know what I'm saying?
Do something, yeah. Do something. And that could be it. They could be trying to get a pass catcher or
right. So Minnesota moves down to 21. What did they give up to move up?
They didn't announce all of that yet.
Okay. Rose, that would make sense to play him aside Mosley.
Getting the linebacker from Notre Dame, with the African name, right? What's his name?
African.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, you know, I can never remember that man's name, bro. I just know that's the
Doing something special. Come here for Verizon Small Business Days.
Yeah, man, they're showing Slater right. You know, he doesn't look like he has, a lot of arm length to him, Dan, but he utilizes his hands very well. He's a well-placed guy. His technician's there.
Come into a participating store.
Dan Ohulari, I thought he has a degenerative knee. Somebody told me he has a degenerative knee. Ohulari from Georgia. I don't know why they pick him so high. Yeah, that's the dude from Georgia. I thought, Dan, unless I'm tripping. Keyshawn, what's the deals on the Jets pick, man? What's the deal on that trade, bro?
They ain't announced it yet, but Keyshawn might have some little inside. Yeah, he might know some. Yeah. But I think the Jets are in a very interesting situation right now. Like, I'm quiet over here because I'm really trying to think, what are they going to do with this pick? And I can see them going so many different ways with this pick.
Now, Adrian, I tell you what would be dope. What if they got an offensive tackle here, right? And they fully committed to this kid.
That's what I'm trying to think. Who's the next tackle on the board? And would you take him here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Would he be valued here? Or would you go try to dig back into the wide receiver pool? Would you, I don't know, man.
Like Rashad Bateman or one of these guys,
Become a member and save on hundreds of
I love Rashad Bateman, by the way. I think he's dope. He's smooth, man. He's real smooth to me.
The Western boots should be. If a mountain of 5-star reviews doesn't blaze a trail for you,
this commercial's taking forever.
Yeah, they got this.
Y'all got any predictions for this Jets pick? Make your predictions in the because I can't think of one. They're about to announce it here in a minute, but they took Zach. This is going to tell you everything you need to know, but the Jets mindset right here.
So, hey, real quick, the next best linebacker is Owusu Koramara. That's the linebacker from Notre Dame.
Leo said
Elijah
Najee.
Vera Tucker, offensive guard from USC. That's the next best offensive lineman. Christian Darrisaw, Virginia Tech offensive tackle. Leo, if they go Najee, I would quit. That's stupid. That's stupid.
So they traded the 14th pick and the 4th round pick to Minnesota. No, Minnesota receives the 23rd pick and a 3rd round pick. The Jets got the 14th pick and a 4th round pick.
Okay, so the Jets still kind of win that trade.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, whatever Minnesota's targeting, they really feel like they can get it pretty far back.
2021 or whatever it would have been.
Yeah, 23rd, I think, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever's on Minnesota's board, they realize they don't need to spend a high pick on it.
Damn, but do you really think Najee can make life better for Zach Wilson? I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, not at 14. Not at 14.
No. I think Najee's great. I don't know if he's not Saquon Barkley special that he could carry somebody.
Right.
You know. Rose, I'm inclined to agree with you. Vera Tucker from USC, the guard. That I would be inclined to agree with you there. Chubb got a line in front of him though, Dan. Chubb got a unit. If Bill Callahan was in New York right now, then I would agree with you.
I just about to say, man, that
Browns O line.
That Browns O line, yeah. I mean, that whole Browns offense had Mayfield actually looking competent.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Vikings have traded the 14th
All right, let's see.
to the New York Jets. With the 14th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Elijah Vera Tucker, guard.
Yep, they took the guard.
Okay, so there goes the commitment. There goes the commitment. There you go.
I'm never mad at when you move like that. I'm not mad at it. You picked your franchise quarterback. Now let's protect them. So I'm with it.
I think the idea that they're trying to give themselves some type of identity,
right?
That's a good start. And they got the second rounder from the Panthers, right? So they're going to be picking again at 40. So you're going to see like Rashad Bateman, Rondale Moore, one of these guys is going to be there too.
You've got the position flexibility. He played guard in 19. He played left tackle this year. Trust me, he will be at left guard.
And they said, what did he say? He played right tackle too?
They said he played. I think I said he played tackle and guard, but he's going to be a left guard for the Jets.
Leo, I'd say you pick whatever works. Offensive line units, aside from left tackle, it's usually all about flexibility. So, you pick whatever combo works best for you for whatever you're trying to accomplish offensively. It is. He's got short arms for a guy his size.
Yeah, I'd have to watch him, but just off the looks and measurables, I'd say he's a guard.
Yeah, he's got short. Looking at his arm length, bro, he's probably going to have to be a guard. He's probably going to have to be a guard.
All right, keep an eye on that as the Patriots pick is.
Could we see Kellen Mond sneak into this thing? Remember who was it? Sims. What did Sims say? Mond was what? His third best quarterback or something? We'll see.
Sims,
all right, man.
Sims doesn't get paid for that.
Bill Belichick's on the board.
Watch it be. If it was Kellen Mond right now, bro, I'd cash up you 100. I'd cash up you 100 right now if it's Kellen Mond. Yo, I'm telling you right now.
Bill Belichick's on the board. Yeah, Sims had Mond at 4 and Jones at 3. Okay.
Yeah, Dan, I just don't know, man. I still think somebody's got a block for him. That just not that Najee is terrible or something. You know what I'm saying? But
I agree with you. Like, I like Najee. Again, I think he's the best back. But at 14, you're the Jets. You need to protect your franchise guy. I think that's more important than drafting Najee Harris.
Yeah, Dan, what I was saying is you looking at Chubb, he had a unit in front of him. You know, like now if you told me that your man Najee was gonna run behind Mekhi Becton, now you add Vera Tucker and you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'd probably buy into that more. But
Ryan, you're actually a Jets fan? That's crazy. It's kind of depressing.
Kind of sounds like a lie when you say it out loud.
Yeah, like it's not real.
You know? New England takes Mac Jones?
No, hell no.
I swear to PFF's telling me New England takes Mac Jones. Oh, God. That's terrible.
Bill Belichick's usually not known for doing something dumb like this.
Hey,
he usually trades back and gets a bunch of picks and
boring. Hey, what I tell you, he's the right kind of boring. I'm telling you.
I guess.
What did they need Tom Brady to do in New England? I need you to never mess up. I just need you to never mess up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your service to our country.
That's what I'm saying, Lorenzo. Bill don't draft first round QB, so why would they do it now? Yeah. But apparently that's the word right now is that it's Mac Jones.
Bro, if you look at PFF on Twitter, they've already moved on to Arizona's pick. This is a done deal.
Wow. That's it then.
NFL draft. The 6-time world champion New England Patriots select Mac Jones.
Yep, Mac Jones. I'll be damned.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this: if Mac Jones starts over Cam Newton,
Cam's career's done.
I'm out.
His career's done. If that's the look, yeah, Cam. Oh my God, that's.
You know what I feel though, Adrian? It's like the Pats just did a bunch of things that to me suit Cam being successful. So maybe they're gonna sit Mac like the way Tom Brady sat for a year. Like,
well, I definitely think they're gonna sit him. There's no way he's playing year one.
Dan, I'm not trying to hear that photographic memory. Nothing. Can you win me football games?
Ain't nobody ever made money betting against Belichick.
Last year they did. What you mean? They did last year. Look at the way Mac Jones walks, bro. Like
they're comparing him to Matt Ryan.
I mean, I like it. He's a Florida boy, so I got to give him some love. He's from Duval, you know. I got to give him some love. That's the right place for him, though, Adrian. That's absolutely.
I definitely agree with that. That's definitely the right place for him to go. Is Josh McDaniels still in New England?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good place for him.
So real quick, Arizona. I don't think that. Well, they let go of Hassan Reddick. Did they just bring in J.J. Watt? Arizona did.
Yeah, right. They got Kyle Murray. They got D Hop. Who's running the ball over there in Arizona?
They got rid of Kenyon Drake.
They got rid of him, right?
Chase Edmonds would be their number one back right now.
Could they go running back? Could we get our first running back off the board right here?
No, man. They need help. They got holes. They got defensive holes, man.
Couldn't you have gotten Jones in the second round? I think so, Lorenzo. But, you know, like they say, like Jurgen said, he's the right kind of boring.
If your mind's made up, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't think they got receivers like that. Who's Jones throwing the ball to?
Right.
The tight ends?
Offensive player of the Belichick era in New England, beating Nate Solder's.
You watch these highlights for Bama, man. A lot of these dudes are just running past everybody.
Just running freely down the field. I'm trying to tell you. But we'll see what Bill do with it.
You know, I know this is primarily a college football, FSU chat, right? But I think we've talked about Sarkisian in Texas.
Yeah.
This is a hell of a recruiting pitch. I got Mac
Sark?
first round. Yeah, Mac, Tua first round, Ruggs, Waddle, Smith. That's crazy to say that out loud, bro. I coached 5 first rounders in 2 years.
Yeah, good point.
You know,
It's a good recruiting pitch, but
and Judy.
We've seen Bama the machine rolls for the last 10 years now. So
I agree.
Regardless of who's been the coordinators there.
I agree.
Can he sell it? Yeah, he can sell the pitch, but
no, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just a great pitch. It's like,
yeah, he can sell the pitch.
You can't tell me that I can't coach dudes up.
Right.
You know, like until proven otherwise, you know. Kendrick Bourne, the tight ends, right? Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. I wonder if they get the linebacker from Notre Dame here for Arizona. I don't think they have a good linebacker to save their life right now. They say Arizona's needs tight ends, defensive interior, and cornerback. Well, they're not going D tackle right now.
No. How disappointing it was Kandichi.
You know, I had numerous discussions about Kandichi with Leo. He's a head case, bro. That's what it's got to be. He's too talented, dog. He's too
talented.
With the 16th pick in the
Here you go.
2021 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Zaven Collins, linebacker, Tulsa.
That's a shock.
This is a hulking linebacker, Rich. He's almost 6'5". You see it there, 259 pounds. He actually went to the combine for the physical, was 270 pounds. This is a jumbo.
Anthony Barr is his comparison.
He's the tweener.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's weird.
Arizona, I don't know with that one.
You know what I question about Arizona with Kingsbury there is like, I feel like everything they're gonna do is out of the box. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're ever gonna do anything conventional as long as Kingsbury's there. It just feels that way. You know?
Because he's this modern day coach. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, Collins has gotten a lot of love, but it's like
Americans, beer drinkers. I asked for immediate consideration of the Bud Light Summer Stimmy. Highlights include.
No, Dan, I get the Swiss Army knife thing, but you just had that in Hassan Reddick and you let him walk. What was the point of letting Reddick walk if that's what you needed on your roster? Reddick came off a career year this year.
My thing is he better than the Notre Dame linebacker?
I mean, but they're two different guys, though. You know, Adrian, this is a weird one, man. He's long and athletic, a little twitchy.
The less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on. I bet.
Only FBS linebacker with a 90-plus pass rush and coverage grades.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of impressive. But he played at Tulsa, though, at the same time. It's like, who is he really covering at Tulsa? Like, who is he really covering?
Right. Or we're all wrong and he's the best.
Right.
He's the Kyle Pitts of defenders. How about that?
Absolutely. We're all wrong and he is, I don't know. He's Khalil Mack or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Which would be crazy.
Which would be insane.
Who got re-signed to Seattle today, Keyshawn?
Since 2005, Rich Eisen has run the 40 to benefit St. Jude Children's Research.
Montre, who you talking about? Talk about no.
A 40-yard dash, 40 blocks, or even running 40 errands for a neighbor in need.
I mean, Adrian, you know, once you lay out the facts about him, you know, it's not bad. It's not terrible, you know. How many defensive? He's the first front seven guy we've seen come off. No, Parsons.
No, Parsons was the first front seven guy off the board. But he's the second. Right? Yeah, he's the second.
So you got Parsons, and then it looks like you got cheap Parsons or Parsons 2.0. That's what it seems like.
Two
I mean,
it's
stand-up defenders.
it wasn't a name that I. But granted,
Yeah.
I didn't really go in depth with this year's draft. With COVID and stuff, the whole thing just threw me off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really just going off of guys that I just kind of know.
Yeah. Keyshawn, you're right though. It did come late. Definitely came late.
The first reach is the Arizona pick. We'll see, Yeah, we'll see. Could be another Deion Jordan.
Do you know Deion Jordan was my guy until Miami made him put on like 20 pounds? Stupid.
Yeah. K-Mac came from the Uni of Buffalo, so you never know. Yeah, Jonathan, I had heard. I saw you over there. I tried to wave at you. I saw you over there when you came through the gate. All right, Vegas, Kellen Mond right here. This is something that Gruden would do. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel Gruden taking Kellen Mond right now.
They have been their past couple first rounders have been different. I'll say that.
Keyshawn said he liked Collins more than Simmons from last year.
You know what my thoughts on though, Keyshawn, about Simmons last year? I think if you're a good defensive coach, he should have been a Pro Bowler in his first year. I just don't like. How do you mess that up?
Where did he go again?
He's in Arizona. He's in Arizona. So this is what you're building in Arizona, right? You have a positionless safety linebacker, right? And then you have a positionless linebacker. So now basically what they're saying is we're going to play sub-package football, and you're not going to know what either of these guys are going to do. I think that's a smart move. The more you think it out, it fits what they're doing, having a hybrid scheme.
What do you think?
Yeah, but Dan,
what do you think Vegas does?
I'm trying to figure it out because they got rid of Buddy to New England, Trent Brown. What else did they do? What else did they do? They signed Kenyon Drake. They're not going receiver. They got to go defense. They got to go defense here. Yeah, I think they got to go defense here.
Yeah, they let Rodney Hudson walk for whatever reason. I think Rodney Hudson went to Arizona.
Yeah.
It's good for Kyler Murray.
You know what Arizona's going to be? You're going to see a team that's really undercoached down the stretch.
I agree because I am not a fan of that coach.
I don't trust Kingsbury for nothing.
Oh, wow. They took Leatherwood. I didn't think he would go.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Why would you get rid of – I mean, whatever, dude.
I didn't think Leatherwood would really go this high. And I know it's mid first round, but
yeah. I mean, come on, dude.
Leatherwood was a big time high school prospect, but he did not really perform up to that level, in my opinion, at Alabama. Hell, Landon Dickerson is a better offensive lineman than Leatherwood, in my opinion.
Yeah. I like the kid from Oklahoma State, Jenkins.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they, whatever. They want to address the offensive line. I got it.
But Dan, do you really think there's no way they could have addressed their defense here? Because that sucked. The defense sucked. They got their linebacker play still suspect. You got the linebacker from Notre Dame there.
My thing with Leatherwood, I don't know if he's a tackle in the league though. I think he might be a better guard.
Right tackle.
Huh? He's gonna be okay. He's got some long arms.
Yeah. He's a big boy, man. He's a real big boy. You see his little girlfriend in the front. That's why you go to Alabama, right? Oh, goodness. Yo, did Charlie Ward coach at Booker T? Did I miss that?
But again, he's played a lot of football in Alabama. They feel comfortable with the pick. They feel like he can slide in and start on this offensive line to protect Derek Carr, which is a little bit earlier than I anticipated.
Yeah, I agree with that guy. I didn't see him this early.
When a team has conviction about a player, when they get taken doesn't really matter. That tells me that the Raiders had conviction.
Yeah, mine. The Raiders been riding these Alabama dudes like crazy lately.
Right.
I still can't believe Matt Jones went to New England, bro. I really can't.
All right, Miami, Maiden Day, where you at, man? Here you go. What you gonna do? What do you want at 18?
Jalen Phillips. It's gonna be Jalen Phillips. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be Jalen Phillips right here.
Maiden Day would love that.
Well, the Miami Dolphins kind of rushed to the podium, it seems. They already put the pick in.
You know, honestly, man, and this, I'm not being a homer or anything. If both Phillips and Rousseau weren't picked in the first round tonight, I'd be kind of shocked. That's weird to me, you know.
And then the Giants are on the clock because they traded.
I don't know if you can tell me that there's 32 players.
Phillips for sure, but I mean Rousseau's good too, man. I just think you look at the way they're drafting, man.
That's what I'm saying.
It's getting weird. It's like they don't. I've never seen a draft where they don't covet the trenches. They're not giving a damn about the trenches right now in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, Leatherwood just went, even though I think he was high for him. But at least some teams are. But
Let's go. I think Jalen Phillips is the best one. He's the most talented. He's the most talented one for me. All right.
okay, let's see what he does.
Fans
want Najee. Fans want Najee. I want an edge rusher. Mine King says, "Pack your bags."
With the 18th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Jalen Phillips.
Yep, they went edge rusher.
Defensive end, Miami.
All right, there you go.
I'm happy for
Phillips.
He's very loose and flexible. He can bend at the top of his rush.
I mean, 6'5", 260. He's a monster.
I think if those concussion issues weren't there, and he played at Miami since his freshman year, he'd be a top 10 guy.
His athleticism shows up when you see him in space. His ability to redirect, get guys on the ground. You see the pass rush. We talk about him being the most accomplished and polished pass rusher.
It doesn't get mentioned enough. We talk about how hard it is for black head coaches, black GMs in the league, and Miami is an all minority operation, bro, and they're killing it right now. I'm very happy for them.
When you talk to the coaches that were at this workout, said it was as impressive.
I hope he does well.
Just because of that, man. You know, how many times have you seen two minorities attached at the hip in the league? You know, it's a big deal.
Coming out of high school, this guy returned punts. I've never seen a guy who's a defensive pass rusher.
He dressed like a Cali boy, though. You see him? He dressed exactly
he acts like one too, in my opinion.
Yeah, he acts like a Cali boy for real. Shout out Jalen. That's awesome, Jalen. Let's go T2Y. Let's go.
It's like we're saying. Yeah, Dan Squat.
I'll say this, though, Dan, and this is what's weird to me. I think the gap between – just correct me if I'm understanding or not understanding what you're saying. The gap between receiver number 1 and receiver number, say, 13 or 14 on the board, let's say it's a total of 5 points or 10 points on a 100-point scale. But I think the gap between edge rusher number 1 and edge rusher number 13 is like 30 points on the scale. So it's just like, why would you wait that long to go grab one? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense to me. Miami might have won the first round, though. They might have won the first round with these 2 picks.
Different direction. Talk to your doctor about
Keyshawn, but they're not going edge right now to Washington. They're not going to go edge at Washington. Maybe New York, but I don't think Woody Pay can stand up. I don't think he's a stand-up guy.
Yeah, Washington's not going edge because they already got Chase Young and Montez Sweat, correct?
Jalen, you can't throw that you up one time, bro. I need some Brandon right now.
And do blood tests. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms.
I'll be right. I'll hold it down. I'll be right back.
Yeah, got you, bro. Kilo.
Taking a higher than recommended dose of
T2Y, it's been too long, bro. We've been held out of this first round for too long. I was telling somebody the other day with Manny, you know, being able to cash in on a Jalen Phillips first rounder, that's a big deal for him, proving himself out big time. Big time.
We're replacing fluff questions with fluffy.
So yeah, Dan, you can say that. What's the reality of the situation though? Can't you always get better? Right? And maybe not at offensive line. You want that to gel, but you can't tell me there's no edge players in this draft that can help you out and help you be better tomorrow. You know?
Rushing over.
Are you kidding? This is what 24.
I don't know though. I don't know. I'm not in those war rooms. I don't see the data they have. You know what I mean?
This builds over time. Early hours in the late nights.
Yeah, but I mean, so the idea that Chase Young is the only reason you should pick a defensive lineman top 10 is crazy. You know?
During Ram Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months, plus 1,000 bonus cash on the 20.
Keyshawn, you think New York or Baltimore takes a pay? I don't think they take a pay.
That's oven roasted turkey piled high with crisp veggies and freshly baked
I think they take a pay a guy like that.
Get those footlogs. Now it's away by 1 foot long.
I think Rousseau. I would pick Rousseau to Baltimore. I pick Rousseau. I want to pick him in New York. That's been the same pitch for them though, T2Y. That's been the same pitch for them, right? Is that, you know, this is a little factory for you.
We're delivering for the earth by investing in more electric vehicles.
Okay, I get what you say. I would say that the floor, like a guy like Phillips, injuries aside, I think the floor is really high. I definitely don't think that the ceiling. I don't think the ceilings are Chase Young, but I think they're in the same class athletically. Though. I don't know. I think the injuries is what killed Phillips in particular. The rest of them, you know, that's kind of shaky. Definitely kind of shaky.
Second night, rounds 2 and 3 of draft coverage.
Keyshawn, what you got Washington picking here? What do you guys in general have Washington picking here? I would think it's a secondary player. I think it's a safety, maybe linebacker. Tennessee and Minnesota edge, yeah, I'd agree. Tennessee needs a pass rusher, period. I wouldn't just say edge.
The Washington football team coming to the podium in the form of the commissioner with their choice. TJ,
let's see what Washington does here.
They have a hole on the offensive line. Linebacker, something wrong with
Yeah, Dave. DeSantis got to get that together.
The Washington football team is building quite a young, stubby group.
Dan, so who you got Washington taking, bro? Come on. I like Gibson. That's me, though. I like Gibson.
Dan stuck on Najee.
The Washington football team selects Jamin Davis, linebacker, Kentucky.
Jamin Davis.
Okay.
When you pop on the
6'4", 230 and can run.
He's a one-year starter, been hurt earlier in his career. You want to talk about somebody who's twitched up. I saw Darius Leonard when I popped on his tape. He's tall, he's long, he's a little bit skinny, but this dude can cover. He is outstanding in space. This is from the next-gen stats draft board here when you look at his.
They say he ran 4.3, Adrian, at 230.
Right here.
That's crazy.
Let's just go to the Excel.
Dan, you got to admit, y'all don't have linebackers, though. Y'all don't got no linebackers. This is a Ron Rivera defense.
This engulfs guys with his arms. The range is real. This is somebody that flew at his pro day, ran at the 4.4s. He gets from A to B in a hurry. coming off the edge here. Again, the space that disappears with him as a blitzer. The ball skills show.
That's a big boy, man.
You also see it in the middle of the field. Look at the awareness, the instincts, and he finishes with the pick. This is my favorite play of his. Sorry, Charles, close your eyes. Really working down the seam. How about the savvy? Look at him turn, find the football.
Okay.
I'll spoil it for you. He took this one all the way back against your Volunteers, and rightfully so. He inspired.
Yeah, they went back-to-back pick sixes.
That's a big boy, dog. 6'4", 234. That's a big. Look at that, dude. Goodness.
This was the most fun film to watch. This guy was everywhere, sideline to sideline, quick, explosive. You saw him close. There's a thing that linebackers have a great feel for. The fast step to go over the top.
I'm not too mad at. I mean, it's a Washington pick. I don't care per se, but you know,
you're not going to watch any Washington games,
right?
I do want to talk about the fastest member of the Washington football team that we saw today on Twitter.
I wonder what's taking them so long to pick a damn name.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Ron Rivera in support for Run Rich Run today, and I just wanted to bring that up with Washington here and use this platform here as Ron Rivera and his wife Stephanie donated $100,000 to St. Jude in support of Run Rich Run, and Dan and Tommy Snyder.
They got an athletic little defense now because you put him with Chase Young, Montez Sweat, right?
Right. I think that's one of the reasons why Dan is like they should have went offense. They've been kind of defensive heavy in recent years.
Over the next couple of days. Now the Giants are on the clock right now with 4 minutes and change to go.
Be right back.
Yeah. Keyshawn, you got it right though. He's a coverage guy who play clean up. Yeah, I get that. Rush the passer, rush him. Let this guy cover everything between 0 and 15 yards in the middle of the field. I like that.
Yeah, everybody's got it. The Giants received a 5th-round choice this year.
You got to lose 10, 11 games. Yep, that's exactly right.
And they moved down 9 spots. And who do you think they just took?
The Bears trade wasn't okay.
We're on the clock right now with 3 minutes and change.
They got a fifth this year. Giants got a 5th this year and a 1st and 4th next year. That's not bad.
Because where they were picking, we were looking at the Bama wide receivers. So, you know, you've got some.
I don't know, man. I would hope. I mean, I really can't see a 1st round without Rousseau in it. You know, maybe more so to Indianapolis because they're a single gap scheme and they need a guy who, you know, probably play the defensive end position, then creep inside on nickel packages.
An outstanding Michigan Wolverine.
I don't know, but I don't know though. I don't know.
With Jabril Pepper sitting right there.
It's one of the best young defenses in the
NBA. I'd like to see Rousseau, but maybe not in New York.
Second half of last season,
but what do I know?
For the division title, and you know Daniel Jones, that they're gonna eventually be after the season coming up on that old.
Yep, that's right, Lorenzo.
What do you do? So it would be helpful to evaluate him.
New York Giants are up right now, Dan. After New York, it's Indianapolis, Tennessee.
He's easy to fall in love with. I think this is getting in his neighborhood too.
Sorry if you guys couldn't hear me, my bad.
Not to the Giants.
Indianapolis, Tennessee after this New York Giants pick.
I don't think he gets past the Green Bay Packers. That's been kind of swirling around the league for a while that they might actually take a wide receiver in the 1st round. He would be their guy. So his time's coming.
All right, 345 Park Avenue, the headquarters of the National Football League, is the site of Selection Square. And what that means is this: we tip the cap to Ken Fiore and everyone else in that room. This is where all the picks come in here.
Yeah, Dan, it's New York right now.
Process.
I'm trying to get a beat on the pick. I can't find nothing.
All the way to the commissioner's podium. Ian Rappaport. Rapsheet, what do you have, sir?
Rich, one of the biggest names still on the board is Caleb Farley. Would have been the top corner taken had he not had 2 back surgeries, the most recent coming during training in February. Agent Drew Rosenhaus told me earlier this week, based on his information, Farley would go in the top 20. We're getting dangerously close to that not happening now. It's really about how much.
What does New York need? I thought it would be receiver. I thought they'd come in and get a receiver.
Tennessee Titans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Trent Baalke.
I don't know. Their defense isn't great. It's a sneaky good defense, but it's not great. I don't think they have great corners. Maybe this is where they take Caleb Fairley, right? Maybe the corner from Northwestern. Maybe they go safety. I don't know. Davis was compared to Darius Leonard, Leo, but I would argue that it looks like he's got way more straight line speed than Darius Leonard. I'd say he's more like Anthony Barr than the dude Collins that they were talking about. Just me.
The Giants have selected the Colts at MetLife after the Giants picked the Colts, Titans, Vikings, who swapped down.
I don't think the Giants. Some people saying tackle or guard for the Giants. I don't see that.
First selection of the Jaguars, following up with their second selection of the night.
Dan Squad.
All eyes peeled. And what's going on the draft stage right there?
Maybe it's Christian Darrisaw, Dan Squash. I don't know.
The chairs look a little more comfortable than the one I'm sitting in right now. Is that right? Yeah. Well, the Lawrence Taylor gamer is up there. Here comes the commissioner of the National Football League.
Here y'all go.
What does he have for Giants fans right here? If he gives us a
Here
little
y'all go.
to the stage, you can't play I can't get no satisfaction. That's not a good omen. That's not a good omen.
You ain't missed nothing, big dog.
I know they drag this junk. Oh
yeah.
With the 20th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Kadarius Toney.
Wow.
Florida.
But I like Tony though.
I agree. I feel like if you like Waddle, you should like Tony too. That's not a bad pickup, bro.
No, it's not.
Not a bad pickup. If Daniel Jones can get him the ball, it'll be all right.
You talk about getting in out of your grip. It reminded me a lot of Chad Johnson. When you watch Chad Johnson put his foot in the ground, he just gets out of there so fast. You see it with Kadarius Toney. He's a matchup nightmare, especially when he gets his foot in the ground. He just gets away from people. You can just get the ball in his hands if you want to on some of these.
Tony needs to go with Sewell. Yep.
Here, you just hand it to him. Use him in that gadget roll. And once he gets upfield, watch his.
You're right back in low.
He's going to bounce off you, pull through tackles.
Yep.
And he's off to the races. So he can do a lot of different things for your offense. You want to just get vertical over the top. He can run by and do that as well.
Tony, I like Tony. Yeah, I like Tony too.
They've done their best. They invested in the offensive line last year. They're really trying to get him some more weapons. And man, if they keep Saquon Barkley healthy, this has a chance to be a much different offense next season. And Kenny Golladay, they paid him a ton of money in free agency, so we'll see how it all works out for the New York Football Giants. In 2021, Verizon's announcing Verizon Small Business Days now through May the 7th. Meet with a business specialist and get limited time offers. Learn more at verizon.com/small business. 6 minutes until the Colts make their next choice with the Titans, Vikings, and hashtag.
I mean, they be dragging this draft stuff out. We're on 3 hours, and we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Is brought to you by Lowe's,
What's that?
official sponsor of the NFL Draft, and presented by
And there are 11 picks.
Built right for business.
With our first pick in the draft, the Lowe's home team selects Justin Fields.
Mr. Breeze, I'm just so humbled to be chosen. You know, everyone knows what I can do on the field. But
Then the commercials take forever.
So what community will you go help out first?
Now, since I have the Lowe's home team backing me, I got to start with the folks back in my home state of Georgia, so I'm excited.
Welcome to the home team. You ready?
What's up, Todd? Good to have you back.
We're here for small business every day. And to celebrate National Small Business Week,
We're doing something special.
come in for Verizon Small Business Days. Our team of trained business specialists will give you a complimentary.
If I see Rousseau go to Pitt or B more, I will be happy.
We'll design a technology approach.
Who's on the clock now? Indy?
Limited time offers worth up to $1,000. Come into a participating store or book a virtual appointment to jumpstart your tech.
So you said you like Tony, Adrian?
I do.
Yeah. I like him.
He just
I don't know
like
what Indy's doing, but
yeah, I can't.
Goes here.
No idea what Indy's got going on right now.
Tony used to play quarterback. I didn't know that.
Tonight, I'll I'll be eating the pork by me with extra jalapenos. Thanks, baby. Yeah, we about to get spicy for this virtual day.
Where's Tony from? He from Central Florida?
Pajama pants. Where the top cap?
I have no idea where he's from.
Hello, little 28.
Could try to find out there.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Oh, man, you're cute. Can I get some privacy, please?
Witness Canelo. Face the fearless.
It's from Alabama.
Alabama.
Canelo versus Saunders.
8 Mile, Alabama. All right.
Tonight, after the draft on NFL Total Access, your official round 1 recap. From the biggest move to the
Get a weapon for Wentz.
who fell and who's still waiting to hear his name.
I just don't know, man.
After the draft.
So weird pick. They got everything. We're picking another OT, maybe.
Cannot wait for this.
Join Kay Adams and celebrity guests for a 2-day event. Hey, Russ, why did your wife put you out in the car, man? Did she not let you in the house? Find out more at NFL.com/draft.
Hurricane, you picking Russ out of Tampa? Kilo?
Let's pause
I don't know.
message now from Russell Wilson.
I'd be dope.
What do you think the Bucks are looking at, if any? Like, what are the Bucks potentially looking at?
Ironically, I think we take a younger pass rusher because our pass rushers are fairly old and buried in JPP. JPP is like 32 years old now. You know, so
Right.
you got to groom somebody to come up behind him and kind of take that spot. So find the right athlete and make it go. Yep, there you go, Kilo.
You can get involved.
There you go. You get old. And you picking another OT. That again, that's funny, but it's probably true.
Issues at the intersection of
It's probably
pandemic
true.
recovery and its hardest hit communities.
I know, Adrian. You a Saints fan this year, Adrian? What you is, man?
/trap.
And you know me, I just watch.
Yeah.
Congrats on winning that prestigious award at NFL.
I'll be
You're a
rooting.
Bucks fan, but then we broke your heart.
Well, you know,
we broke your heart.
you know what you guys did to my guy.
So you got to fill that spot.
Yeah,
I've heard
man.
they were looking for a edge rusher to put outside of DeForest Buckner. So to me, those are the two areas. We've got edge rushers there. We've still got a deep tackle class. See if that informs their decision.
For me, is no matter when they decide to do it, keep Quentin Nelson at guard and find your left tackle. Can Quentin Nelson play left tackle? Yes. But he's going to go get a gold jacket at guard. I want to keep him there.
They're saying they're going to take Christian Darrisaw. That's what it sounds like they're saying. Is that Indy's going to take Christian Darrisaw at tackle?
Yeah, one of the pieces of news that was.
Say it again.
It sounded like they're going to take Christian Darrisaw at tackle in Indy right now. That's what they're making it seem like. I don't know. Dan, you got Rashad Bateman left on the board. Who else they got at receiver? Elijah Moore. Kadarius gone. Rondale Moore, Tutu Atwell, Terrace Marshall. I like him a lot, but I don't think he's a first round pick.
Take their second choice.
I don't know, man.
The Houston Texans. They don't even.
I don't know. I think that maybe we see a run on defense here real quick, like Keyshawn was saying. Who knows?
Your draft choice stack start with a 3, but smoke them if you got them there.
Who knows?
And the Colts are about to make their choice right here. You know, if only McAfee was here to fire up.
What if this is Asante Samuel Jr.?
Hey, I'll be cool with it. I don't know why they would make that pick right here, but hey.
Jokes aside, it might be a corner here because they don't have a great set of corners. I mean, they got good ones, but they don't have a star at corner by any means.
Who do they have at corner, by the way?
Kenny Moore.
Feeling good, Lewis.
I think that's the only guy I can think of. Kenny Moore. That might be their best guy. He's like a nickelback.
Here's the Colts pick.
Oh, they got Xavier Rhodes. They got Xavier Rhodes at corner.
Oh, still got Rhodes. Yeah, that's right.
NFL draft. The Indianapolis Colts select
Quiddy Pay.
Quiddy Pay.
Yeah.
Defensive end, Michigan.
Okay.
All right, we see Kwity Paye here. He's my top edge rusher. So to get him right here,
I don't like him.
Value. They moved him all over the field at Michigan. I think he's going to benefit from staying in one spot on the edge. Reminded me of another Michigan man, and Frank Clark, when he was coming out of school.
I don't like him.
You see the family dynamic, and it's all playing good for them.
What a story is our.
So Eagles got that's a Carson Wentz shirt.
What flag is that?
Journey, his family's journey to this country.
Which one?
The Lowe's fan cam showing.
It's like the American flag, but it just has one big star on it. Must be from Africa somewhere, or
shows his production. When we put on the tape of Kwity Paye, you want to talk about big hits. This dude is explosive, and you see it in a big way. They moved him around, as I said. You'll see him outside. You'll see him inside. He's sudden off the ball. Inside the Big Ten, you saw him bowl some big-time tackles over the last few
Yeah, I have
years.
no idea where they're from.
Speed into power. He's got an inside rush. He can beat
Leo said you hating on Pay.
I don't like him. It's not hating. Do I have to like somebody? Leo, is that a part of the game? You have to like everybody? Like, watch them. Like, the way it could be the way they played them. You know?
That's something Chris Ballard has always wanted. He wants defensive linemen, and he wants that defense to.
He's solid.
And this kid plays his guts out. And you better play hard for Matt Eberflus as your defensive.
Who's on the board now? Tennessee?
Yeah.
What time is it?
So if you're Tennessee and you can't go edge right now, I think that's out the window. Didn't they let go of Adoree Jackson? Didn't they get rid of Adoree Jackson?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, I think they let him go. Or he walked to free agency, something like that. Yeah.
Isn't he a Jet? He's a Giant. Okay, Adoree Jackson's a Giant. Okay. I guess that's cool. Maybe this is corner. Keyshawn, he's from Guinea. Only person I've ever heard of being from Guinea before. Damn, best available right now overall.
I don't know. Great question, actually.
Let me help you out, partner.
Yeah, give me some names, because usually they list them.
I mean, this is just from the board I have in front of me. It's not my board. Trayvon Morig from TCU, the safety. Caleb Fairley, Christian Darrisaw. It just depends on who you're talking to. Travis Etienne, Elijah Moore, Greg Newsom from Northwestern. That's his name. Tevin Jenkins. Here's a good, probably JOK. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I don't know why he would go to.
I don't know why he's falling. Like, they're taking a lot of these other linebackers and guys that do the same things that he can do.
But you know what? The dude that Washington took, Jamin Davis, that's just a taller version of Owusu-Koramoah. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they just value the length. You know.
Michigan pass rusher Kwity Paye. He had a health scare. Actually, a couple weeks ago, his heart condition was red flagged at the.
I wish that kid the best, though, man. You know the problem too, and I'll say this: this could be a programming thing. When I watch Michigan play, it looks slow to me. I don't know if you feel that way, Adrian, but there's certain teams when you watch, they just look a lot slower. Michigan is one of those teams to me. They've always been that way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks very much, Ian.
I just didn't see like this twitchy, like, oh my God, he's gonna get.
Yeah, I didn't see a twitchy athlete either.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the last speedster from Michigan I can think of. I can't think of one, bro. I cannot think of a speed guy.
Off the edge or just period?
Period. Who's the last fast Michigan Wolverine? We'll wait on that one.
Right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Good stuff, man. Exciting.
Kilo, if you can help me out, I can't think of one either. A fast Michigan football player. Devin Bush might be their fastest football player in recent memory.
Yeah, Leo said Bush.
There you go. Devin Bush is the last. I mean, come on. Not that he don't got speed, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just not electrifying football up there, you know?
Could push some of them out of the first round.
But, man, there's a long list of edge rushers still here to pick from. And there could be a question about what's their conviction on a corner like Caleb Farley. Because, remember, this is the Titans team that took Jeffrey Simmons knowing that he wouldn't be available maybe for the entire first year. He came about 3/4 of the way through. Would they have that kind of patience again if they had the conviction on a Caleb Farley?
Daniels mentioned that before.
So they saying Caleb Farley over there to
I mean, when I watch, it reminds me of Charles Woodson. Hopefully he's healthy.
I'm trying to make it at least through this first round, bro. But they drag this stuff on so long.
It's only the first round tonight, bro. It's only the first round.
I know. Even then, I'm trying to make it through it.
It's tough. Yeah, whenever you want to cut it, bro, I'm cool with it. It's taking forever.
I don't know which house he's going to be in, but I know he's in this neighborhood right around here.
To
me, when you look at what you were just talking about.
Because I really want to see. I'm kind of interested to see where New Orleans, Green Bay go. Baltimore's interesting too. Jacksonville's kind of interesting. I mean, let's see what they do with their pick. Now that you got Trevor Lawrence, how do you?
Okay, that's worth the wait, right? That's worth the wait to see that next. Yeah.
Philly, what's up?
What's that?
We're talking Philly in the chat.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's lackluster. This one feels a lot longer than the previous years. I feel like they, with the performances and just dragging this thing out, I think that's the problem with this draft. I actually think it's been a solid draft so far. We've had a few trades.
I don't think maybe the hype isn't there as much this year because you had so many opt-outs. Maybe that's what they mean. You know, like I don't know. I don't know. What do you think Jacksonville does with that second pick, A-Lo? You think it's a receiver?
Who would you take at receiver?
Looks like they took Caleb Fairley, Tennessee.
And who would you take? I mean, for Jacksonville, though, who would you take if you went receiver? If you want to give Trevor a weapon, who's available?
It's got to be
right
Bateman. It's got to be Bateman. That he honestly looks like more of a number one traditionally than a lot of the dudes that.
Did Brevin Jordan declare?
He did. He's not. They say he interviewed really bad. His pro day wasn't that great either. So he's. They're saying he's probably going to be a 4th, 5th rounder at this point, which is sad for him, but it is what it is.
So,
wide receiver, tight end, corner.
Who's running the ball up there in Jacksonville?
Robinson. He had a good year last year. Team's trying to hold to the door. Yeah, Philly, they chilling a little too much for me.
The Tennessee Titans select Caleb Farley, defensive back, Virginia Tech.
Oh, there you go. Well, Charles, hat tip to you for calling that one, my friend. Again,
I'm sorry, man. He just not nice to me like that, dog. I don't see it.
We talk about Charles Woodson, right near Chris McAllister, who we were around. You don't find
Chris McAllister.
Caleb Farley with it has speed to go along with it. Plus,
Chris McAllister. Hey, I don't know the last time I heard Chris McAllister, man.
Me
I don't
either.
know about you.
Me either.
Goodness. He used to play for Baltimore, right? I think so. Chris McAllister.
I thought he played. I feel like might have played for Baltimore. For some reason, I think he played for Tennessee too, maybe.
Maybe.
But I think it went back to yesterday when you talked about all those safeties coming up.
Somebody heard that? I think it's DJ.
Yeah, he did play for Baltimore.
DJ likes to do that too.
That was not warm touching warm. I gotta be honest with you. That was not at all.
There was no reaching out there.
There was no reaching out.
Played for the Saints.
Yeah. 6'2".
3-time Pro Bowler, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what he becomes, I mean,
is that him? Why does he look like a?
Listen. You're not gonna impress me with a D. Wiggins highlight, all right? You're not going to impress me covering D. Wiggins right now. That's just
All right,
that's not what
Vikings.
we're gonna do. They keep on showing Fairley against D. Wiggins. D, come on, man. That was a true freshman, D. Wiggins. He wasn't. All right, man.
Chris was cold and mad in 08.
Yeah. Yeah, what he had like 93 speed. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore, you said that on that Steve McNair squad that they had. That Steve McNair squad in Madden was crazy for Baltimore. And Steve McNair, Willis McGahee, and all these cats, man, that shit was insane. That's crazy. They showed Caleb Fairley locking up D. Wiggins like I'm supposed to be impressed. I'm a Miami fan, and I'm not even like, come on, man. I don't think Jacksonville goes offensive tackle because I think they just picked up Cam Robinson's option. I'm pretty sure they just did a re-sign him or something like that, and they just drafted Jawan Taylor last year, right? Something like that. Keyshawn, you can correct me.
Let's see. So we got Jacksonville. What other pick are you interested in? Obviously, Tampa.
I mean, am I interested in it? I don't know. I know it's going to be a depth pick, and someone that's developmental, and like that's what you do. You brought back the whole roster from last year. You're not trying to get better. You're trying to get better than what you got.
I kind of want to wait till Buffalo.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because if Asante does go first round, I think that's where he goes.
I've seen Asante and Tyson Campbell mock to Buffalo. I've seen both of them.
Tyson Campbell makes sense too.
Yeah.
Let's play. Learn more at playfootball.com.
Where else can you get access to the game fest every night? Where else can you make a fast trip? From one live game to hundreds of others. Where else can you watch every team or just your team whenever you want? Sledgehammer at the other end. On your phone, TV, or tablet. Only here on NBA League Pass. To order NBA League Pass, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS.
Conversations.
Who y'all got on this pick, man? Vikings. Who y'all got on the Vikings pick?
I don't know what I think the Vikings need a damn quarterback, but there ain't no quarterback to take right now.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't.
Keyshawn, you are a resident expert. You are a resident NFL.
I don't know who the Vikings would take here.
Let's talk. A new season of
Maybe defense.
From May 2nd at 10 on CNN.
I do watch my fair Viking games because of Dalvin.
Mm-hmm. The corner turner, Dalvin Cook. In the flesh. I got a Giants fan who's mad over the Tony pick. I think that's the best they could have done. What was they supposed to do in New York?
He's already got Brady's Twitter game and social media.
I don't know. Yeah, right. Like you're saying, what were they supposed to get at that pick?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the whole reason they traded back because Smith had came off the board, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Oh, no, I think they go defense. Maybe this is my dog, Greg. I don't know. Maybe they go with that little linebacker from Notre Dame. Yeah, Keyshawn, but if they go edge, who is it?
The Minnesota Vikings select Christian Darisaw, tackle.
They went tackle.
Christian Darisaw is
Okay, yeah, they got rid of Riley Reef, so there you go.
He doesn't have outstanding foot quickness, but he's always in position, takes very good angles in the run game when you study
Okay.
him. Some people thought he could be a dark moment.
Keyshawn, how you feel? I mean, they lost their left tackle. They replaced it. That's cool, but I don't know.
The movement in the run game, he can work up to the second level and steal linebackers.
Let's see what Jacksonville does.
I need to see where Leo's at to talk about this Steelers.
Oh no, Pitt's coming up. My bad.
Yeah.
Pitt, then Jacksonville.
Well done, very comfortable, very under control at all times. Once you get out in space, let's see.
Hell, Pitt need to draft a quarterback for the future too.
I wonder if it's going to be Kyle Trask.
This where he can be a real bully in space and just throw guys on the ground. Here he is with the athleticism getting out on a screen. But this is a left tackle. This is a deep tackle draft. I think at this point in time to be able to get this player, a lot of teams had him way up. That was a little bit lower.
Is that Derek's mama or girlfriend? Which one is it?
That's a good question. I feel like that's his mom.
Come on,
yeah, I definitely think that's his mom.
Yeah. Look at his daddy trying to get a hug in. You see, his daddy trying to come and get a hug in. You can tell that's his mom. You sit between his parents. She was like,
yeah.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, man. I still hate playing Virginia Tech under Fuente, man. Like they run so much gimmicky stuff, man. And if you got a little bit of talent to match that, it really ruins your day. Really, really ruins your day.
I think that's Fuente's problem, though.
Yeah, too much of it.
He's not a bad coach. He can't really get any talent up there. He's not a great recruiter at all.
Right.
Najee for Leo.
I hope it's somebody that Leo hates. That's what I need to see the reaction. We got to film that reaction, Adrian. If Leo hates it, we need to film the reaction. That's good content for you right there, my boy. Leo is going to have a coronary.
You have to appreciate that sort of moxie here.
Yeah, Dan, I don't think he's recruited that DMV area well at all. He's right around the corner up there at Virginia Tech.
1 week later in Pittsburgh. Oh, yeah.
With Kevin Stefanski at home because of that orchestrated, unfortunately for him. And then they had a heck of a game against the Kansas City Chiefs. But anyway, the Steelers are on the clock. What do you think they're going to do right here?
They can't run the ball. It's a chicken.
I've been looking at that for 2 weeks, man. Take it down.
The run game, or you take the running back out the run game.
You close your eyes for 2 weeks, all I care. Don't you look at your wall, no look at mine. I'll look wherever I want to, and I don't want to be looking at that for 2 weeks. And you better use your X-ray vision, Superman, and look right through it, because it ain't coming.
Come on, Pitt.
For the first round break, because we've got back-to-back. So I don't know if that would inform the decision here, but.
Yeah, but Dan, it's not just that. I feel like DC, the city. I feel like DC, the city's been putting out some prospects lately.
Well, the whole DMV area lately has put out pretty decent prospects.
It's just to miss on all of them, it seems like you're really not. But Virginia Tech's never been a top-tier recruiting program. That's never been there.
They took Najee.
Come on, Leo, where you at?
Leo, where you at?
Where you at, Leo? Get that fool back up in you. Go get him. Go get him.
I'm actually glad to see him be the first back off the board, though. Thank God it wasn't ETN.
Leo, how does it feel to get the third best running back in the class, according to you?
According to you.
In Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin just don't know what he's doing, huh? That's what that is? Shout out to Najee, though. He's a good fit. Culturally, I think he's a good fit, man.
He seems, yeah. I agree with that.
You see him now.
What
Najee's
great
the
character.
The best back in the draft. That's right. That's right.
Najee Harris was much faster in 2020. 2019, you see the explosion of here.
Oh, man.
Find a gear that you didn't necessarily see earlier on
Yeah, there's nothing. But also, Pittsburgh is in that position. Like, what are they supposed to do right now? You know, I don't know what they got. I don't know what they got in the wheelhouse up there. Leo said he's going home right now. You see him? You see him, Layla? Leo said he's going home.
I'm laughing at Stead.
He's stupid. Stead's so stupid. Stead, put a stack up, man. I'll meet you at the W, bro. What's up?
You can keep him in, and you can know that you're going to be protected. So I was questioning. They need to improve the run game. They do it with an offensive lineman. Do they do it with a back?
I don't know. I mean, if you watch these highlights from Najee, what can't he do other than run 4.4? That's the only thing he doesn't do is run 4.4.
Over to the side. And I love your
I'm with you.
DJ. I'm going to go Central.
But his game hasn't really needed it. Franco Harris, really?
Did somebody really say that?
Yeah, that's his comparison. Franco Harris. Come on, man.
How many passes Franco Harris had to catch when he was in the league? 7?
Come on, man.
Oh, God, man.
Franco Harris isn't even a running back probably in today's NFL, man.
They're trying to be playing middle linebacker.
Come on. People are so crazy with these comparisons.
Yeah. I be trying to tell. I'm not even joking, man. I think O.J. Simpson would be an outside linebacker today, bro. I really think that, bro. I really think that, bro. O.J. would be the best pass rusher in the history of the NFL if he played edge rusher right now. Ridiculous.
Now she's gonna do it.
Come on, man.
All right, let's see what Jacks do.
Leo, what did you want them to pick?
That's a great question.
What did you really want them to pick right now, Leo? Like, you've seen the board play out. Etienne and Williams aren't better. What were y'all supposed to go receiver again? I don't know. Go quarterback. Y'all want Kyle Trask, Kellen Mond, that pick 24 in the draft. I don't know, man.
Jaguars are on the clock for and change their second pick of the night.
I'm really looking forward though, Adrian. I want to see Carolina with J.C. Horn.
I like that's probably like my favorite pick of the draft, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah. So Leo, if you wanted Tevin Jenkins and you talk about the worth of the pick, you can find Tevin Jenkins later in the draft. That's not. You don't have to take him right now. Now watch Jacksonville take him and make me look stupid, but it doesn't seem like it's a guy you had to take at this moment. You know? In fact, I don't know the last time other than DeCastro that Pittsburgh's used a high pick on an offensive lineman. I can't think of that. Horn's my favorite person in the draft. Okay, that's fair.
Tonight it's taking me for a dip in the hotel pool. Travelocity on the Wisely. Introducing.
All right, man. Let's see you, Jacksonville.
Fit for training. Fit for run.
So PFF said Najee Harris's best trait, or like the big plus for him, is his catch radius. That's weird. You're talking about a running back, and you're talking about his catch radius, but it's also 2021, right? So basically, y'all think he's probably Le'Veon. A better version of Le'Veon is what they're betting. That's what I'm getting.
Wow.
That's what I'm
Well,
getting.
according to Leo, that's, agreed. He's 23. Wish my Dolphins had gotten Najee in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I think what I'm going to do, we're going to watch this Jacksonville pick, and then I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Because I got shit to do, and I didn't expect this thing to take this long.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
If you want to do the second round tomorrow, by all means, let me know. We definitely get on here again for the second round.
Yeah, bro. I'm here, bro.
At the same time?
It probably starts after, but you could always hop on and recap later, bro, because they usually start at like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock the next day.
Your time, right?
Yeah.
That's about 11 noon my time.
Yeah.
I'm off tomorrow, but I know you probably got stuff to do at that time.
Yeah. No, I'll be on, man. I'll be on. We'll figure it out. I really am interested in seeing this pick, though.
Yeah, I want to see this Jacksonville pick, and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah. Hey Leo, if you can get us a picture of you crying and like a video,
Man, Leo's probably breaking shit in his house.
Yeah. Oh man.
People first by treating them right. So we're upping the benefits without upping the price. Introducing.
Come on, Jacksonville, don't disappoint with this one.
Data that can't slow down based on how much smartphone data you use. Plus, if Netflix on us and tax.
Watch it be. It's gonna be Jenkins or it's gonna be a safety.
In fact, you'll pay more and get less. Right now,
You don't think they're gonna go offensive side of the ball?
No, truthfully, no. But I don't know. I mean, they're going to sign Tim Tebow as a tight end, right? Is that the story, right?
When I heard that, I said, yeah, Urban's about to be a disaster over in Jacksonville. I said, oh my, you can't be serious.
Tim is going to catch 77 passes in Jacksonville. Y'all watch 77 passes for 600 yards.
Oh yeah, right.
He's gonna be Larry Zonka in Jacksonville.
Yeah, man. When I heard that,
Larry Zonka, there you go. That's Larry Zonka right there. Tim Tebow. That's Larry Zonka right now.
When I heard they actually had legit interest in Tim Tebow, I said, "Urban, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You're setting yourself up to be a laughing stock." But
trying to get you a wildcat quarterback in the NFL. What?
Jacksonville gonna pick ETN. That would be funny, but I guess those two guys obviously are very familiar with each other.
Yeah, he's also a dime a dozen running back.
Right, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Jay, I don't disagree
says
with you
Surtain
about
is better
Surtain,
than Horn.
I
don't think so.
Here's the thing: the NFL thinks otherwise. Because Carolina clearly wanted a corner. And they said, no, I'm going to take that guy instead. That guy with the 4.3 speed who jumps 40-inch verts and 11-foot broads.
They did take ETN, bro. Wow.
You're lying.
No, they took ETN. Urban's going to be a disaster. I'm telling you right now. Urban Meyer's going to be a disaster in Jacksonville. This is a free. I'm glad I stuck around for this pick. That's free liquor. That's free liquor for me on that bet I made. The guy betted me Jacksonville. I think he either said Jacksonville would win the division, or they would go 8-8 or something like that. Either way, I got a free bottle on the way.
They really picked Travis Etienne.
They really picked Travis Etienne, bro. Urban, good job, Urban Meyer, my man.
Travis Etienne is going to be at best the third best running back in that division right now, at best. And that's only because Houston doesn't have one, right? This is just in the division. You got Derrick Henry. You got who's the dude? Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis. And then you got Etienne in Jacksonville. All right.
Good luck.
Yeah, Adrian, I think this is a good. I don't even want to talk about it beyond.
I think it was the perfect spot to leave off.
Yeah. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, man.
Absolutely, bro. Have a good night, man.
Pleasure. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Everybody in the chat, have a good night. As always, stay classy, Seminoles. We at you. Urban Meyer, you are a great man.